Woo! Hey, chat. Chair here. Sorry that I was late to the stream. Man, these loading times to get into the game are crazy, let me tell you. It was like, you gotta wait through like 100 people to be able to log on to the server. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I'm sorry about the loading times. Don't worry, we'll get right into the stream real quick. Oh, wait, I think Jake's coming. I'll be back later, all right? Guys, I'm sorry about that. I know that it's the stream's really boring whenever I'm not around. It's pretty tragic. I'll try to figure out something to spice things up a little bit whenever I can't make it to the beginning of a stream. But Fandian, welcome, and I guess welcome to everyone else. Hello, Lalaki, Karinika. Man, we have. I've been thinking about it a lot. And I think this storyline so far is probably the most tragic of storylines. Probably the most tragic of storylines that we've had to deal with yet. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. I'm definitely emotionally, I'm invested in finding out the end of it, but I'm definitely very hesitant because I really. I don't know. I want it to end happiness, but it can't end like super in happiness when we already have two of the orphans that they're gone. They're gone. It's terrible. It's tragic. It's awful. It's the worst. It's the worst. Oh, Jake's here. It's time to go. Yeah, time to get out of here. Time to get out of here. I want to check. I think my camera's a little off to one side, and then I also. With Holo in here, I'm going to check the audio because I have it set to desktop audio, so it should capture Holo. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a second one to make sure that I catch Discord. Let's test this here real quick. Okay. Holo, say something real quick.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the stream.
You definitely should be coming through. If those that are watching hear an echo, Holo, say again something. Say something one more time, Holo. Oh, they might have muted because they're listening on the stream. I feel like there's going to be an echo now because I can see two different bars.
Okay, I listened to the stream. It sounds good.
Oh, okay. There's no echo? Nice. It looked like there was two volume bars, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. As long as your voice is coming through, because you definitely have some fun commentary. Since it's our first time going through the story, did you know that it was going to be about this? Like, did you have any idea that it was going to be about the adopted orphans?
Yeah, I mean, I knew like outside contextual information, right?
Okay.
Like I knew that it involved Gaius. I knew that Gaius had like family members, but that weren't like obviously like his direct family members, but I didn't know what that relationship was. I knew that there was going to be like a mecha fight. I knew that there was. I knew what the 3 different weapons looked like because I've seen them from like videos of like trials and stuff in the extreme modes and things. But I didn't know how those fights play out. So yeah, so it's more of like you watched the trailer for the content, but you haven't actually experienced it yet.
Right, exactly, and you just had pieces of it before. Yeah, it's definitely. I don't know that I'd say necessarily. It's good in a different way. And I think the thing for me personally that makes it a little bit more personal is that we are directly involved so much more Like, there's a lot of people who die, and you're like, oh man, I wish I had been there to protect them. Or, oh man, I wish I had stepped in. Or, oh man, I wish that, you know, we were present at that time. Well, here, you know, it's our hand. And it's not just some random Garleans, but it's people that you actually, I mean, not that any Garlean is truly just random, but it's just like, I don't know. There's a deeper connection there. Just like, oh. Karinika, you have a new outfit. What is this outfit? Black and pink and very, very shiny, and I'm accidentally running away. Try to check out your outfit. That is a cool shield. Is that shield new? I think that shield is new. And does that sword have 4 different spots? Or just 2? Yeah, it looks like it has 4 different, like, the gold crystals that are around it.
Speaking of outfits, by the way,
would that be to build an actual cosplay version of that with LEDs and everything? It's so sick. Speaking of outfits,
I went and checked how much the late Allegan armor was. So if you wanted to get that armor, it's just 2,000 wolf marks. Let me double check it here again.
Is it? Control-Shift-C.
No, it'll be 4,000 wolf marks.
4,000. Yeah, I still got to do some PvP to get that because I'm at almost 3,000. But yeah, if we get into more techie side of things, we may go grab that. But where are you at? I don't see you here.
Oh, I was at the Wolves Den to see the prices.
Oh, you're over there. Well, we'll jump into it, let you catch up, so we're not hanging around too long. But glad that you all could make it, and feel free to message. Oh, thank you. Actually, this is a reminder to myself. Pop out the chat so that way it's easier to see. And as all good YouTubers should do, and I always forget to, like the content if you haven't already. So that way we can get higher in the rankings on YouTube and win the internet. There you are.
Well, specifically, liking a stream while watching the stream gives it a lot more juice to show up in recommendations while live.
While live, right? Not
so
just
it
post.
Really encourages other people coming and discovering the stream too.
So hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Well, you can't comment, but you could chat. Chatting is actually really helpful too. Like really helpful. If you had a 1 chat per minute ratio, that's crazy. It's good to see you, Jake. I'm pleased to report that Master Garland and the others uncovered a fair bit of useful information at the Imperial facility in Turncliffe, which is very cool to visit, actually. That's one of the areas that it's just a little bit of a different vibe, and I like that it's a cliff, so it's not very good for like ocean sailing, but it's still a beautiful area to visit. In fact, he'd like you to rendezvous with Gaius in the town square, where he'll reveal what they found. Once you're ready to depart, well, your escort will lead the way. Nice. Lilina is here! Lilina! Are you all ready to rescue some orphans? Because that's what we're doing. No more ending of people. We're doing rescues. Oh, I guess we talked to the guy over here. I thought there was the guy over there that we were supposed to talk to. Gotta stay here and keep an eye on this lot. I guess I didn't run far enough to see the little icon. Where are we going, Harsh? Yeah, it's all here. I thought this was the guy here. Resistance fighter, but no. Gotta go past the sleeping chocobo. To the escort. Not the fighter, the escort. Lalaki's monster is gonna eat us when we're not looking. Hi, Nyamita. How you doing tonight? Doing all right? How has the beginning of the year gone for you all? Outside of my whole family getting sick and recovering, getting sick and recovering, and little Junior is sick again because that's how kids are. It's actually been a fairly decent start to the year. It's been a lot more chill than I was expecting it to be. Now that you are here, perhaps Sid will finally deign to dispose his findings. Severa, inform him of Jake's arrival. All right, Sid, what have you got for us? Thanks for coming. So, what have you discovered? To tell the truth, we were lucky to obtain any information at all, considering the lengths to which the Imperials went in covering their tracks. You see, the hangar below us was not just used to store the weapons, but played a critical role in their creation. We now know the code names given to the 3 of the weapons: Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Obviously, we are familiar with the first 2, but the third is something of an unknown quantity. At the very least, this confirms the existence of another of those abominations. Yeah, at the very least, there's got to be more. What else are they hiding? The problem lies in ascertaining its whereabouts. None of the locals have seen anything resembling a weapon being transported, either by land or air. Which of course leaves only one option: the sea. According to what fragmented data we were able to recover, the Emerald weapon is equipped with aquatic capabilities, much like the Sapphire. Meaning that its escape from Turncliffe would have gone unnoticed, and could potentially be anywhere by now. But if Alphonse plans to have it absorb more primals... Would it be after Leviathan? A logical choice would be Eorzea. And traveling by sea would allow him to circumvent the front line in Gimel entirely. The Alliance must be alerted at once. Hold your chocobos, Severa. It seems that the Emerald weapon was still incomplete when the 7th Legion withdrew from Turncliffe. It's far more likely it was transported to another facility in order to add the finishing touches. If your supposition is correct, that would narrow our search to but 2 possible locations: Castrum Marinum in the Rotano Sea and Castrum Ocidens in eastern Lenosha, both of which are known to harbor remnants of the 14th Legion, your former subordinates, Gaius. Former subordinates. Be that as it may, our objective is unchanged. Valdiulan, you and Severa will make your way to Castrum Ocidens, while Jake and I head for Castrum Marinum. Should we locate the Emerald weapon, we will give the signal to dispatch the G-Warrior and eliminate it before it can be activated. And at least you won't have to be absorbed by its machinery and be turned into a complete monstrosity. Have something else take over your mind and force you into its will. Sorry to disappoint you, but we're still repairing the damage it sustained during the encounter with the Sapphire weapon. While Allegan machinery has its uses, it's a bugger to find replacement parts in a pinch. We've actually been working to expand its already impressive arsenal, but the G-Warrior itself is in no state for combat. While I'm aware this is far from adequate replacement, I can provide an Ironworks submersible to help Jake and Gaius reach Castrum Marinum. I'll have one sent ahead to Vesper Bay. So we got submarines now? We're going full aquatic. I've been sick since before Christmas. Just as I was getting over, I got sick again. My 3rd tissue box of tissues this year. It's awful. It's terrible. And there's like different types of sicknesses, which means each one runs through and your body doesn't have time to fully beat one before something else comes through. It's crazy. A submersible, eh? I don't much like the sound of it. Perhaps Severa and I should count ourselves fortunate that our destination can be reached by land. I pray you have a safe journey. Watch yourself out there, Jake. But you, Gaius, I'm watching you. That's what he's saying. They're wearing the same chest piece with just different colored trench coats. It is time we departed. Let us make our way to Vesper Bay. Vesper Bay. Oh, we didn't get to walk around Turncliffe too much. After the conversation, I was going to show off the view. I guess it was night, so we wouldn't have been able to see all that much. Ah, we are here. Okay, I'm going to poof for like just 10 seconds because when I work from home, I move my mouse pad. I need to buy a second mouse pad. And fighting stuff without a mouse pad is a very bad idea. So give me 2 seconds. And you all can say hi to Chair again because I know how much you love him. Much better stream. Your time with Chair has been ruined. No more hanging out with Chair. All right? That's it. You've had enough time. Ironworks pilot. So this is not necessarily the one I was thinking of, There's the one by the Rising Stones, but that's a lake, right? It's not actually connected to the ocean. And then on top of it, they would have to have come inland a ways, whereas this one is like directly accessible straight from the water. So it makes sense. As per Master Garland's instructions, the submersible is ready when you are. But before you depart, I've received some scraps of intelligence regarding your opponent from my colleagues in Turncliffe. Apparently, it uses some sort of levitating hand-like appendages. 6 of them, in fact, though we're not quite sure what purpose they serve. It sounds like having eyes in the back of your head might come in handy, but that's all we know, I'm afraid. Eyes in the back of your head? 6 hand-like appendages? Levitating? Sounds like Omega. You have our thanks. Oh, you have our thanks. After all, forewarned is forearmed. It's not four-armed, guys. It's 6-armed, all right? That's what you just said. Were you not listening? Can you not count? If the emerald weaponry indeed has been transported to this cast room, it would need to enter via the dry dock. We shall do likewise. As one might expect, there are measures in place to keep out intruders, but the security systems can be tricked into recognizing us as an Imperial vessel. That said, infiltrating the facility is merely the first step. Should the emerald weapon be activated, it is only a matter of time before the pilot uses Oversoul. Yeah, we gotta stop that. We must silence the War Machina before this happens. And failing that, grant the poor soul at its help. No, she's gotta be okay. We gotta save her. The mercy of a swift death. Had these wounds healed more quickly, I could have gone with you, but I fear I would only slow you down. As such, I shall provide what support I can from afar. Whatever happens, the emerald weapon must be defeated at all costs. I wonder if he can show up and kind of talk her down. Like if right before she's about to go into Oversoul, he'll show up and be like, "Don't do it! It's not worth it!" Though I would prefer that we avoid engaging my former wards in combat, we cannot allow my sentiments to prevent us from doing what must be done. All right. Is this, because this is a trial, we can take everybody in, right? Everybody in. Critic. Oh, no, Jake's back. And we get some randoms, too. Excellent. Oh, hang on. We can, while we're figuring this out, portraits. Oh, yeah. We should edit our portrait.
Party complex, good.
Do something here. And then do something. Oh, cool. You can always make sure you're facing the camera. What is this? Reset camera, reset face direction. Ah, there we go. And then expression. Big grin. Fake smile? Difference between fake smile and a real smile. Let's just do beam. Beam. Yeah, we'll just roll with that for now. Just to have something, because everyone keeps talking about, you don't have a portrait. You don't have a portrait. Six of 6 ready, which means nobody's ready. That's what we learned last time.
Someone does not meet the requirements for this duty.
Oh. What is the requirements?
Make sure you have 485 high level.
I'm 483! No! What? Wow, I'm the one who is holding us back. I'm never. I am the weakest link. What the heck? I thought I had like the best gear because I just glammed it. It's all the Exarch co-defending. Jeez. All right, I gotta go buy, I think, some Allegan gear, right?
Well, your worst one is the Diaspora Ring of Fending. So if you go to Yulmore, because do you have like 300 Allegan Tomestones?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, so just replace that ring with a Crypt Lurker, augmented Crypt Lurker ring in Yulmore, and you'll easily have the eye level.
Augmented Crypt Lurker. That's the thing I always forget is the accessories. I always forget the accessories. Half the time it's because I've glammed them, so I never even see them. All right. Not gear exchange? No. I don't want to talk to you. Script exchange, collector, reprisal, mend. Oh, Mender would actually be a good person to hit real quick, too. Excuse me, repair all my stuff. Thank you very much. You're very fast. All right. It's not up here. Where was it? I've talked to them before.
This is the big long table. Should be the person next to the exchange vendor. I think to their left.
That's tool exchange. Collectible script. I'm so blind.
Well, all right. There's a way to cheat.
Just look at the little icons at the top.
Go to Crystarium. You can use the Splendors vendor who puts it all in one spot.
Oh, go to the Crystarium. Oh, it's up here. Yeah, no, I was going to the wrong long table. It's up here. It's up here. Okay. Tombstone exchange. Got it. And then we don't want Kite Shield. We want accessories, and we want not the Crystarium ring.
Yeah, you want.
There we go. Crypt Lurker. Bracelet, ring offending. Since we're here, let's go ahead and get the choker offending and the earrings offending as well. We'll just get all three. We'll equip all three. And then we'll glam all three. I don't really mind the wrist things. Yeah, we're 491 now, so we're good. Oh, I was about to say, just thought I hit me right at the same time, was don't forget about the portrait.
Oh,
it
yeah,
just changed your outfit. So now your portrait's broken.
And you gotta update it before we queue, because if you update it after you start queuing, it doesn't count.
Ah, well now the updated gear set is updated, but I have to go back to portraits, and then I have to edit, and then I have to save. Man, you have to work hard for this stuff. Jeez.
Isn't this such a well-designed and efficient system?
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Yoshi P. Only the best.
Only the best. All right, so that's, you're all in like what, outer Lenosha? Which one is that? Morbi Dry Docks, lower Lenosha?
Should be Vesper Bay. I can't think
the teleport
of, like,
location is called Vesper Bay?
Well, there's no teleport location. It's near Horizon.
That's what I was looking for, something close to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that, yes. Okay. That's Thanalan. I was looking at Lenosha. Castrum Marinum. This is it. The Emerald Weapon. I've been expecting you, hero of Eorzea. Oh, that's, okay, so he's doing this one, not the girl. Look, father, this is the power that we command. Anti-icon War Machina. All of these designs are sick. All right. Let's die. Oh. Wow. This is crazy. All those lasers, forward and backwards and forwards and backwards. Oh man, that like, hey, you should jump forward, and then you jump forward and it's like, haha, just kidding. We got an extra explosion here for you. That is sick. Whoa. Okay. All right. Go get him, Frey. Ooh, that's so fancy. Oh, what? Slide scathe. Okay, you gonna do the other side? We want to stand in front of it? Oh, it knocks you to the back. Okay. Okay, spinny time. Oh, plus this. Man, this would be so good if you were a machinist just running around blasting this thing. Oh, they cut the edge of the platform off. What the heck? Oh, you got it. Tank buster it.
I noticed it's deployed its hands.
All six. It's like Iron Man. Oh, where do you run to? Because those things are going to get knocked away. Oh, the magnetic field pushed them to the sides. That's wild. I know that formation. It was used in Warlord all those years ago. Uh-oh. Ah! You gotta run around behind it. That's cool. Oh, I walked right straight into that one. Oh, no! Survived! By the hair on my chinny chin chin. Oh, we got the bombs again. All right, in a moment, they're gonna split. Boom, right between. Oh, that's the big AoE. Okay, I kept waiting for it. I was like, when is he gonna do a big, like, team-wide AoE? All right, we got halfway down. There's no way this is it. So it's come to this. No matter what, I can't afford to lose. Don't do it! No! All right, Gaius, come on, you gotta show up and stop this kid. Not even you could beat the Empire's finest. Activating Oversoul. Balsar Balsar combat data ready. Allie, Alphonse, this is goodbye. Rex, what have you done? I literally summoned Gaius's soul. Wait, that glow. Bear witness to the glory of the Empire. Black Wolf's image. This is Werlet at the time of the invasion. Could the synthetic R site be causing this? We didn't stop him in time. Oh boy, you know what this means though? We're gonna be dealing with those X's all over the place. Oh, interesting.
I am loving
there
this,
we go.
This music mix.
Oh, goodness gracious. Hi, Lalaki. How you doing? So I wonder if once everyone gets those X's on them, if it's not better to, like, stack so that all of those things hit at the same place. Oh, boy. We gotta move! Prepare to advance. Hi, Gaius. Black Wolf's image. Oh. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them over there. Fire! Okay, so you find the gaps.
Yeah.
That is cool. I could see some gaps. It's nice that he stands close enough that you can still, like, hit him. Like, you know, he hops nearby enough that you can actually keep hitting him. But also it makes even more sense when you think of it as, like, they're shooting around him. He has to actually step aside and let the soldiers hit around him. Oh, what? How did my buffs run out? Oh, it's because I probably wasn't targeting this thing. Okay. Hands have disappeared again. This music. It's actually similar to some music that I've been listening to recently. It's a little more, like, rock style, but we didn't get there in time to stop him from using Oversoul. But hopefully that's the last of them, so nobody else can do it. That's only the second of 3 trials. Lalaki's underneath one. Oh no! Lalaki got crushed! No! We're just gonna panic. Everyone panic! Lalaki down! Can I? Oh, because the platform's not going to let me. I can't get the wide shot. Maybe this will work. Lolita stepping up. Going for a floating walk. Why not? Everyone's in a different hand. We could try to do a wide shot. Let's see if we sit. Can we sit directly inside it? We kind of look like we're grabbed by it. How wide does G-pose let you go? Yeah, not much wider than that. G-pose needs to be a wider shot. You need to be able to do a really wide shot.
just take a screenshot of each individual hand holding someone, and then assemble them together in a composite image like Exodia. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, now that I have all the members of the squad in different hands. Oh, Lolita's there. Yay! We can't miss Lolita. All right, we're gonna do it again. Uh-oh, Harsh is just standing now. That's fine. We'll take it anyway. Gotta get everybody that we can. Change field of view. It's the top slider in the camera position. Field of view is for focus. Camera position. Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, that does open up a lot more. Wow. All right. You are right. Actually, that gives you a really cool, super wide perspective of like the factory and everything. Man, I was not expecting it to literally laser off half the factory, or half like the platform that we were on. Oh, goodbye. That's depth of field. You said top slider. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Oh, I initially was using depth of field. Yeah. That's the screenshot we've all been looking for. Upside down, reversed, backwards. Oh, what? Oh, they actually let you in here? Oh, where can we go? Guys, I'll be right back. Hold on, I gotta explore this place. Imagine there was like some super secret armor back here that the door opened and it's like, oh, right there. Wait, can we just like walk up here and leave? Oh, no, okay. I legitimately thought that you could actually walk up that for a second. Can you, are these stairs you can go up? Oh, it's just a ladder on the other side. Okay. Jake, this is just set dressing. I know, but it's cool. This is all like deep underneath the whole thing because it's above us and all that's rock, so. I wonder if this could extend out to have touched the platform. I'm sorry, Gaius. And so it ends. Why would Rex throw away his life for this? He's being manipulated. You're right. If I'm ever to learn the truth, I must concentrate on the task at hand. Of course, we do not need to wait for Sid's analysis to tell us whose combat data was used on this occasion. It galls me to think that my techniques and strategies could be so closely replicated. Nevertheless, the observations I made during the battle may yet prove useful. As a matter of fact, that was not the only information I was able to gather. I intercepted a signal that revealed the troops stationed here were permitted to withdraw, seemingly in return for assisting the 7th Legion. They must have known that the Alliance would follow the Emerald Weapon here sooner or later and make good their escape, meaning the way is now clear for Sid to inspect the War Machina's remains.
You know, something I think is really cool is that I'm pretty sure, way back during ARR when we were doing Operation, I think Operation Archon is what it was called, and they were showing the map, and they were talking about the battle plan of like which groups would do what, and you were joining Raban for going up Raban's push to assault Castrum Meridian.
Yeah.
Castrum Marinum was mentioned as the one that Limsa Lominsa was using their ships to blockade and prevent any reinforcements from coming from.
Right.
And we fought Ratadin at the teleporter
The little
that
gate
comes
thing.
to this facility. Yeah.
Right.
And now, like expansions later, you finally get a little bit. You know, it's a small instanced area, but you get like a little glimpse inside an actual location that you've known about in the lore for a while.
We've been around. Like, well, we could have used the teleporter to get here this whole time. But also, that's another thing that is kind of hard to remember because so much has passed between Shadowbringers and anyway, is that there actually have been Garleans in these different facilities and in these different fortifications for a while. I remember there was that plot point that was like, they're getting desperate, they're getting hungry, they need supplies, and so they were stealing crystal shipments that were being sent from Ishgard and, you know, grabbing those near the rising stones and stuff. So it's one thing to kind of see in the distance and kind of forget that there's actually people that had been living in these things this whole time, cut off from the rest of the Garlean Empire. So we got here as soon as we could. We destroyed the teleporter. Yes, we did. But it still would have been cool to actually, you know, use it. I understand for story reasons why we couldn't, and we needed to destroy it, but not that we could have done anything to prevent this tragedy. Yet another tragedy it is. I mean, the Garleans had so many hands in this awful tragedy. So many. From what we know, it seems that the Emerald Weapon was ilm for ilm, a great deal more powerful than the previous two. If this is allowed to continue, who knows what sort of monstrosity the 7th Legion will conceive next. Nevertheless, Jake has once again proven himself capable of overcoming the worst the Empire has at its disposal. What I'm trying to figure out is, so we can destroy the creations, sure, but they still have all of the data that they've been collecting on all of this. And so what stops them from just continuing to make more and more and more? The only way to stop it is to find whatever facility is producing these and put an end to that facility, because there's no way to, as long as they have the knowledge and the information on how to keep creating more, they can just keep creating more. You may be relieved to hear that Castrum Ocidens was free of anything resembling a weapon. Unfortunately, it was also devoid of any useful leads, and we came away empty-handed. In all honesty, part of me wishes we had never found the Emerald Weapon. Perhaps then, Rex would not have been forced to make the ultimate sacrifice. I only hope that he is finally at peace. I thought we were gonna get here in time to save him! We'll do what we can to spare others from sharing his fate. I and the Ironworks will search this place from top to bottom for clues as to the 7th Legion's plans. Before that, allow me to sweep the area for booby traps and the like. I would not put it past the Imperials to have left a few surprises for us. Agreed. I'll go with you. Why do I feel like the two of them are going to find something? With that in mind, I'll begin my examination of the Emerald Weapon. Carefully, that is. You're gonna have to fly the airship in here to get up there. Maybe they can build a temporary bridge from the other area. A big ladder. Oh. Vision time. Oh, Kritika, it's crazy. It's just one thing after another, non-stop. Alphonse, you knew all this time, didn't you? Melisandria and Recon, too. Everyone except me. And you, Rex? Yes, that's what the synthetic aurosite system is. The fusion between pilot and core is key to Oversoul. And unless we use it, we don't have a chance of beating Father's newfound friends. They stand between us and the primals, without which the weapons will never reach their full potential. We thought that if you knew the truth about Oversoul, you'd try to stop us. Well, for good reason. Of course I would. But what I don't understand is why all of you are so willing to give your lives for the weapon project. What is all this for? It all began the day Father left. Without his guidance, his protection, the Garleans lost any respect they once had for us. But their cruelty pales in comparison to Valen's. To him, conscripts like us are expendable commodities, an endless supply of test subjects for his twisted experiments. But no matter what they do to us, we will never lose hope. And if it is the duty of the strong to lead the weak, we will become strong and protect those who cannot protect themselves. That's our line! You monster! Alphonse, you can't do this to me! I'm sorry, Chair, you don't deserve that. That seriously, to protect those who cannot protect themselves? How could you do this and twist it for the Garlean Empire? Don't you understand? They're destroying you for their own machinations. The weapon project will give us the strength we need. We will create a world where people like us can live without fear of persecution, while at the same time doing the persecution to other people. It's like, we'll create persecution to end persecution. Are you seeing something there? Are you missing something? There's been an assault. We want you to see this world for yourself, Ali. Oh, we want you to see this world for yourself, Ali. Even if we must give our lives to make it a reality. But why me? Because you're a cute Aura girl. Sorry, it is the luck of the draw. The years spent serving the Empire has changed all of us. Except you, Ali. Even after everything you've seen, you're still the caring, innocent girl we grew up with. More than any of us, you deserve a chance at happiness. That's what we all agreed. Besides, me and Alphonse are too emo to make it to the end of the story. Ali, listen to me. Right now, the soldiers assigned to watch over us have been called away to the capital. Now is our chance to get you out of here. Oh, then why don't you come with me? If Alphonse and I were to run away now, they'd only force others to take our place. We can't let that happen. This is our way of upholding the ideals Father instilled in us. Our lives are a small price to pay for Werlet's freedom. So is she out from the Garlean Empire? No. How can you expect me to leave you behind? I won't do it. We'll make you do it. Is he gonna pat her on the head? We will forever be at your side, Ali. Rex, take her to the holding cells. No, let me go. Oh, so are we gonna find her there? Because if she's stuck in the holding cells, then when we search the facility, she should still be there. So win or lose, the plan is to hand over the castrum to Father. Is that right? Yes. They'll take Ali into their custody before the Garleans return, while you will be free to pilot the Emerald weapon without her interfering. We can't let her hinder the completion of the weapon project. Yeah, see, the completion. These were only pieces of it. I'm counting on you, Alphonse. Don't let our sacrifices be in vain. Rex, have you forgotten what I told you? You mustn't use Oversoul. I can't lose you too. We both know I can't win without it. Besides, we need the combat data of the Emerald weapon fighting at its peak if we're having a chance of perfecting the synthetic Auracite system. You know I'm not the sort to do things by halves. Forgive me, Rex. Don't you worry about me. If this is where I meet my end, I'll do it with a smile on my face. The rest is up to you and Alphonse. No! I have brought peace and lack of persecution to my empire of persecution. There's still maybe a chance to say Alphonse, maybe? This is the girl you spoke of, yes? She was locked in a cell, but I saw no harm in letting her out. I can't say for certain, but it seems she's been through quite an ordeal. No. Why, Rex? Why? Gaius, once we've extracted the core, we'll take it back to Turncliffe for analysis. Perhaps she should come with us? There's no use in her staying here. It's too sad. Oh, we should have grabbed another screenshot while we were there, running around. That's to go back to Alamigo. That's to go look at the G weapon. I guess the Sapphire's probably not over here anymore. I'm actually gonna cry again. Feast on tears. Oh, what? It's still out there. Wow. The cleaning up must take a while. You can even see like faint swirling in the water. That's crazy. I mean, to be fair, that thing is like super big and they'll probably have to disassemble it to get it out. Severa is taking care of Ali, but it may be some time until her nerves have settled. If the vision you witnessed is indeed true, Alphonse and Rex locked her away for her own safety. When she is ready, I would know more of what her brother hopes to achieve, and why he must resort to such desperate measures. Valens is probably lying in this whole time, being like, I would have let you all free only after you got me all this data, but it turns out that the only way they get free is by being killed. Ali's condition has improved somewhat, but she remains in a state of shock. We must give her more time to recover. There was one other thing I thought you should know. When we checked her for injuries, we saw that her back is covered in welts and bruises. Who did this to her? Lord Valens. It seems she was subjected to beatings on a regular basis, judging by the varied levels of bruising. I'd say this was the work of her Garlean masters. You speak as though you have seen this before. Seen? I have lived through it myself. I was born in Werlet, 23 summers past. My mother was a local woman, but my father was a pure-blooded Garlean and a member of the occupying forces. Though I know very little about him, his rank afforded me imperial citizenship. His acknowledgement of our familial ties was the extent of the responsibility he took for bringing me into this world. Still, it is more than can be said for most of his ilk. My mother and I were shunned by the people of Werlet, who treated us as badly as the Garleans did, if not worse. I thought that if I were to become an imperial soldier, my position might somehow deter those who would cast scorn on my mother, if only out of fear, so I joined the army. The acceptance I earned was but temporary, however. My superiors were quick to blame any perceived shortcomings on my savage lineage. Rather than waste time on official court-martials, they administered their own form of corporal punishment. I was eventually assigned to the 7th Legion and fought under Zenos Yegalvis in Alamigo. In the chaos that followed our defeat, I seized the opportunity to flee to Werlet. While it was never much of a home, it was all I had, but nothing could prepare me for what awaited. So she escaped, came home, back to the Garleans. My mother had for many years suffered from poor health and relied on medicine to keep her alive. In my absence, the Garleans had denied her treatment, claiming that it would be wasted on savages. By that time I could return to her side, there was naught that I could do. There was nothing left for me in Werlet. I would be punished for desertion if the Imperials discovered the reason for my return, and I was never accepted by my so-called countrymen to begin with. I ran as far as my legs could carry me. It was then that I met Gaius. So that is the truth of it. Other than a few scant details, I knew naught of your past. It sickens me to think that I once fought under the same banner as such vile creatures. I'd always believed that it would be the duty of the strong to lead the weak, yet there are those who would become drunk on the power afforded by their station, and prey on the ones they should protect. Like a canker, this corruption has spread to every part of the Empire. Oh, she does? I was kind of soft looking for her, but I didn't notice because the hair was over it. Even those with Garlean blood, such as myself, are subjected to their cruelty. They hold particular contempt for the Aura, an easy target for abuse being so few in number. Perhaps, like me, I thought that she would be spared such treatment once she joined the army. Alas. I only hope that with time, Ali can put the past behind her and make a new life for herself. But for now, all we can do is wait for her delirium to subside. It is Valdion's turn to keep watch. Let us ask him if there has been any change. Under the strand of hair. So Arnvald's mother had reason to worry that he'd have one. Yeah, it's not a guarantee that if you're mixed, you will or won't have the third eye. It's crazy when we learned, yeah, there it is. But it's like black, where normally they're like silver. But that would be an understandable reason, though, to kind of grow out your hair long like that. Remember, anything suspicious is 100% Asians, not Garleans. Rex's death is on my hands, not yours. Would that this confrontation had been averted, but alas, it was not meant to be. We have overcome the Emerald Weapon. It is hardly cause for celebration. Never young life cut short. I know that this whole storyline has been like, yay, but boo! Yay, but boo! The sads are way worse than any joy. There's no joy in this one. I suppose you're here to ask about Ali. Well, is she well enough to speak with us? As her condition has improved somewhat, I would say so, provided you do not cause her any undue stress. Wait here. We got one. 1 of 5. That's terrible odds. 20%. If we get 2, 40%, that'll be at least a little better. Ali, I am sorry. What happened to Rex? It was my fault. Melisandre and Recon too. They died because of me and my foolish ambitions. Father, no. This cannot go on. Please, Ali, you must tell me all you know. Of course. First, I need to know what became of you and your siblings after we were parted. So much has happened, it seems like a lifetime ago. After your disappearance, we were all assigned to the newly reformed 7th Legion. At first, each Legantus was quickly replaced by the next, until eventually a man named Valens van Varo was given command. He was sent from the capital, but before that, he was a specialist in the experimental Magitech weaponry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 auras. We later discovered that he was ordered by the Emperor Varus to complete a project involving anti-primal war machina, the weapons. But after the Emperor's death, he was free to employ whatever methods he saw fit, and his greed for power only grew. Some even say he is planning to use the power of the weapons to lay claim to the throne. That would actually be extremely understandable and definitely within character of the Garleans. He's like, well, we could use it to destroy the Orsians, or we could use it so that I can be the leader of all of Garlean. It's actually a really cool shot with all 3 of them. Not that I think there's another reason... Oh, but I think there's another reason for his obsession with the weapon project. Not that he'd ever tell anyone, but he's always muttering to himself, and I've been able to put the pieces together. He's jealous of you, Father. Valens van Varo. I must admit, it was only recently that I first heard that name. Valens used his knowledge of magitech to devise various military strategies. He was given a position in the army and quickly rose through the ranks. That was until one man stood in his way. You, Father. He was one of the candidates to lead the new 14th Legion, but that role fell to you. After all, he was assigned to serve under... After that, he was assigned to serve under a far more gifted engineer, Nero, who was in charge of restoring the Ultima weapon. Valens has resented you ever since, going so far as to oppose the ideals you upheld, where you treated those who serve the Empire based on merit rather than on their race or origins. Valens is adamant that pure-blooded Garleans are superior to all others. It never ceases to amaze me how far some will go in the name of revenge. All that hatred festering away. Nothing good could ever come of it. So the marks on your body are his handiwork. Yes. To Valens and his men, we are no more fodder for his experiments. Playthings on which they can vent their frustrations. Every day is filled with nothing but pain. If I had remained in Garlemald, you never would have been forced to endure this abuse. It's not your fault, Father. We could have fled from Valens if we'd wanted to. After all, we're expendable and easily replaced. The truth is, that's exactly why we couldn't run. In saving ourselves, we would condemn others. But if we were to stay, to see the weapon project to its completion, we would gain the power to defeat Valens, and then the Empire itself, freeing the world from its tyranny. That way, we might start afresh, find a place that we can call home, and not just for us, but for anyone who wishes to live in peace. You would give your lives for a future you would not live to see. Is that what Alphonse is planning on doing? Is turning the weapon around back on Valens? We took courage from your teachings, Father. The strong must lead the weak. And we will gain that strength by whatever means necessary. We will fight for the sake of those who cannot. But we knew that you'd never consent to our participation in the weapon project, which is why we couldn't turn to you for help. As the pilots, we're the only ones able to stop Valens. We know just how powerful the weapons are. He would use them to bring the world to its knees. And his masterpiece is the worst of them all. If only I could get my hands on it. Then I could save Alphonse and all of Wurlet. Father, I know you and Alphonse stand on opposing sides of this conflict, but there must be some way that you can help him. He may have called you our enemy before, but he never meant it. He still loves you, Father. You're everything he aspires to be. I have failed him, failed you all. But I refuse to abandon him to his fate. I will free him from Valens, if it is to be the last thing that I do. Thank you. He needs you, now more than ever. Listen, Ali. I once sought the strength to rebuild the world as I saw fit, but the Ultima weapon was not born to create, but to destroy. Alphonse must not follow in my footsteps. I know all too well where they lead. I will do all I can to help your brother. Tell me, where is he? He is... I'm sorry. I don't know where he could be. This usually this type of angle is when the tears start rolling. And when the tears start rolling, they start rolling for good. In that case, I shall have the Alliance dispatch scouts. Wherever he is, you will find him. As for you, Ali, you must stay here and rest. Wait, you're the one who fought Rex, Recon, and Melisandre, aren't you? Oh, we didn't mean to, all right? We're the ones who threatened your homeland. You only did what you had to do. Don't give me that look. I have no right to ask this of you, but... lend my father your strength. Save Alphonse. I know why they call you hero. Alphonse, I'll do what I must to free you, even if it means going against Father's wishes. But I have a good feeling about his new friend. Aww! Do what I must to free you, even if it means going against Father's wishes. So does she know where he is and she's refusing to say? I think she would tell Gaius if she knew.
Maybe. The way I interpreted it is that his wishes are that she stays here and rest, which means that she's going to go and do something rash.
Oh, she's going to go try to find him herself. Yeah, okay.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense that it goes against Father's wishes in the staying and resting, which is what, yeah, that was the last thing he said. Severa, see that she has everything that she needs. Our allies must be informed of these troubling events. May I ask you to relay the news to the troops in Girabanya? Yeah, there's still this masterpiece weapon that... Your loving father act may fool the others, Gaius, but not me. For every life you've saved, you've ended 1,000 more. Is this your idea of redemption? I think he's way beyond trying to find any type of redemption. Call it what you will. For all my transgressions, I believe I still have a part to play. Was I wrong to spare you that day? Or will you honor your word? It seems the time has come for the Black Wolf to show his true colors. That's the thing, though. People's colors can change. People can change. They're never too late. You're never too gone. There's always opportunity to make different choices.
And I think Valdulin in particular is a little salty at the moment, because when she said, like, that's why he looked downcast there, because she was like, it never ceases to amaze me the lengths that people will go to for revenge. And that was all that he was living for, was revenge against Gaius. And he was just like, ooh, kind of cut to the heart there. So.
She's talking to me and she don't even know it.
Right. And so now he's like, he's got to reflect some of that back onto Gaius and be like, well, never mind my own personal shortcomings. Let's blame Gaius.
It's all your fault. It's all your fault. The only reason I'm here is because of you. While I am painfully aware of the cruelty the Empire shows its enemies, even I am appalled to hear how it treats its own. War machina that feed on the very lives of their pilots. I can scarce imagine anything more heinous. Always blaming someone else, huh? Hey, look for the speck in your own eye before pulling out the log in somebody else's. The majority of the 7th Legion are sure to be stationed in the city of Werlet, the heart of this occupied territory. Whether Alphonse is there with them remains to be seen. According to Ali, another weapon lies in wait, but where we do not know. It stands to reason, however, that if we were to find it, Alphonse would surely not be far away. What's interesting was that I was expecting us to be mostly defending Alamigo and Girabanya, but as it turns out, we've been like all over the place and running around to different locations, so that's pretty cool. Speak with the resistance officer at Porta Praetoria. Let's go ahead and go back to Girabanya then. Well, at least Ali is safe, all right? I'm not going to say that I'm playing any favorites. All of the kids are just as valuable, but... dot, dot, dot. Okay, moving on. All right, Valens, I hope, is our final trial, because we got to take this guy out. We got to. Okay, here's my plan. We're going to find Alphonse in the machine. Just as he's about to get in and pilot, we're going to run up and we're going to punch him and knock him out. Then we're going to grab Valens, we're going to shove him into the machine, and we're going to make him use Oversoul so that his soul is sucked out and he gets to experience what he put other people through. And then we're going to beat the crap out of him. Sound good? This is a good plan.
I think we need to start a snowstorm, right? We need to get Sid to whip up a weather machine and start a snowstorm over Werlet. And then the temperatures going to get really cold. And because Alphonse is Aura, he's going to get, he's going to get cold, he's going to get sleepy, like a lizard, he's going to want to lay down. Exactly. And that's when we rush in and we take control of the last weapon and break it apart.
Well, we could just destroy the weapon, but I still think it's sweeter justice to force Valens to go through what he went through, before. So, I think, yeah, we gotta goopify him really, really good. We recently received word of your victory over the Emerald Weapon. I expected it was another fine display on your part, not that any of us were there to see it. For that reason, we'd be grateful if you could give us a blow-by-blow account, if you wouldn't mind. Well, he did some lasery stuff, and I ran around and tried not to die, and that was about it. Good grief! It sounds like you had an awful lot to contend with. Actually, it was quite the handful. Rather you than me. I shall add this to our ever-growing stack of reports, should anyone wish to review the information ahead of the next sortie. Now, if I may say so, it looks like your ordeals have taken their toll. We'll let you know if anything requires your attention, but until then, get some rest. Oh, we're ready. We're ready for Valens. There ain't no rest for the wicked. Meanwhile, in Garlean... Oh, in the 7th Legion's correction chamber. Cover your eyes, kids. This ain't gonna be pretty. I mean, come on. A thin dagger to the neck is always a good option. 3 weapons. 3 pitiful displays of ineptitude. No! To make matters worse, one of my prime candidates, your precious sister no less, has escaped. And who did she go crawling to but that swine Gaius, after everything I've done for her? And this is how she repays me. As her older brother, it's your responsibility to instill some discipline in her, and you failed miserably. And the fact that it's another kid? Another Aura? Well, don't just stand there, boy. There's 2 of them. Oh, of course. It's your first time, isn't it? Come along. There's no need to be shy. What an ugly mug. What a very ugly mug. Oh, he gonna snap. He gonna snap. Can you stick his face in the lava there? You see, something wicked has taken hold of this young man, and it's our job to cleanse his troubled spirit. It may look painful, but it's the only way, I assure you. You'll be ever so grateful, and you want him to get better, don't you? Stick it in his face, right out. Just jab it in an eyeball socket. There's a good boy. Now let's try again, shall we? Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. What a monster. There's 4 of them there. Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. Okay, who came up with this storyline? This is just terrible. Well done. You've all made... Oh, he's... What? He's even taking over the father role? Father proud. Very proud indeed. Wow. He really is a Gaius wannabe. As for you, I thought you were a cut above the rest of the savages, but appears I was mistaken. And since you have allowed that wretched sister of yours to escape, it falls to you to act as her replacement. I choose you as the next pilot, and your mission is simple. Kill Gaius van Balsar, whatever it takes. If you so much as entertain the idea of betraying me again, I'll exterminate every last one of your kind. What an ugly, ugly face. Like the vermin they are. Having said that, we will be forcibly initiating Oversoul using Xenos' combat data, so whatever schemes you may be hatching will never come to pass. All you need to do is sit back and let the synthetic aura sight system do the work, with you as its conduit. Why would you tell him that? You should thank me for allowing you to become part of my masterpiece. Your worthless existence will finally have some semblance of meaning. Does that mean we can't beat him to goop? Lord Valens, preparations for the Oversoul trial are complete. We await your orders. Splendid. There's never a dull moment around here. Now then, boys, who'd like to see something special? Come along, everyone. Father has secrets to share with you. Like, for how much he hates Gaius, he's also trying so hard to be Gaius. And he's failing completely in every regard. I didn't see nothing. Is Allie gonna try to break in? Oh, absolutely. Like, pure evil. Pure evil. This is my chance. And it's all thanks to the sacrifices made by my dear siblings. Finally, the weapon will be mine to command. Once it has reached perfection, I will be unstoppable. First Valens, and the Empire itself will fall, and we will be free at last. Except you won't even be in control of it. Father, keep Allie safe. All of the siblings. Melisandre, Recon, Rex. I'll see this through to the end. I promise. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's literally nothing redeeming about him whatsoever. Until then, watch over me. Like even Fandaniel, right, is an interesting / fun / chaotic character. And so there's at least redeeming, entertaining aspects about his character. This guy is just straight monster. Straight monster. There's literally not a single thing about him that has any redeeming quality or value. So, is it ready or not? The trial sequence has been primed, sir. What's he gonna do? Take this mother's little girl? Then get on with it. Initiating synthetic RSite system. Downloading diamond weapon simulator. Oh no, it's the dad! What's going on? You're helping us with a little research is all, whatever your name is. The time has come for you to contribute to the glory of Garlemald. This isn't what we agreed. You said that if I took part of the experiment, you'd let my family go. You can't take the dad away. You have Xenos' data loaded, yes? Activate Oversoul and be quick about it. Understood, Lord Valens. Galvus combat sample ready. Initiating organic core overwrite. Ah! My mind is no. If this is what it takes to protect you both, I love you. I'm so sorry, but it won't protect him. That's the problem. He's probably just gonna kill them both. The fact that he even made them be here to like witness this is just so horrific. Where is my prey? Organic core overwrite complete. Xenos Yay Galvus data overloaded or loaded. The subject is instinctively bound to seek out prey right from the onset. Regardless of the combat prowess it may boast, I need an obedient servant, not a ravenous beast. Enough! Shut it down. Deactivating synthetic aurosite system. Did it just drown him? Wow. How revolting. What a mess it makes of the cockpit. Or I guess this is kind of what happens to all of them. Adjust the settings and prepare for another run. Fortunately, we have the next test subject ready and waiting. Not the mom! Oh my gosh. But, sir, you agreed to release his family in exchange for his cooperation. Did I? I remember saying that. My. I never knew you had such a wonderful sense of humor. The great Valens van Varro bargaining with savages? Ha! More fool him for trusting me in the first place. Like, how do you not realize the depths that this guy is going to go to? Literally so unsettling. He cannot live after this thing. Excuse me. I'm about to throw up from how awful this all is. I told you it couldn't get worse. Ah! Chair, how could you let this happen? All right? It's your fault. You were supposed to make things better. I trusted you. Jake, I was hoping to have a word with you. We are sure over the hump now. It can't possibly get any worse than this. I just gotta say, I'm so glad that Endwalker is gonna be just a nice, chill walk to the end, right? That's what it's in the name, Endwalker. We're just gonna walk, we're gonna enjoy the beautiful moonlight, and it's gonna be a wonderful time. It's gonna be great. Never have to worry about anything. Because after this, we're gonna need a nice chill break, and everyone's gonna be fine, and it's gonna be sweet, and no one else is gonna die, so it'll be good. Ever since Turncliff was liberated, we've been sending troops to aid in getting the town back on its feet, helping the residents, that sort of thing. The Alamegans know how hard life can be for a society struggling to stand on its own after years of imperial rule. A lot of what most people would take for granted has to be rebuilt from the ground up. While we're able to assist when it comes to providing basic resources and keeping the place safe, there are countless other problems that need attending to. If you can spare the time, we could use your help. I enjoyed the part where I said that it's time to end this walk, and then end walkered all over the place. Too much end walking. Bless you, Jake. You are a saint. Not even close. I'm sure the people of Turncliffe will benefit from having someone like you around. Once you're ready, have a word with your usual escort. I wish you all the best. Time for some errand running. Come on, boys and girls, let's go sweep the palace. I don't know what sorrow is. So the boss roped you into helping, didn't he? I knew you couldn't say no. Little personality thrown in there. All right. Where's that sweeping emote when you need it? Oh, we got a burly engineer here now. What are you doing here? It's a pleasure to finally meet you. Oh, that's it? Well, it's a pleasure to finally meet you too, I guess. Did they get the cleanup efforts in now, or is it still out there? It's still out there. All right, still going. Still going strong. Search for a despondent citizen. I'm sure there's many despondent citizens. Yes. Yes, a very despondent. We found one. We found quite the despondent citizen, didn't we? We gotta help this despondent citizen. We gotta help them lose a card from their deck. All right, fallen ace, and one swap. Oh, they swapped our good card too. We do have a 9 actually. Let's do it. I think that's the card that we were gonna get from him, is armored weapon. It's a pretty good card too. Let's see. Let's go ahead and flip that. It's just fine. Oh, they didn't flip us? What? I'm shocked. If that's the case, then I'm actually going to put this one here. Oh, because they had a 9 to flip there. Well, they only get 1 card left. So I'm going to put here, because 7 up is unlikely to flip. And I think we'll win it. Yeah, we will. And we won the card too, the Sapphire Weapon card. Sick. Sick. Well, we're just doing our civic duty and helping out the citizens of this town. So, you know, we're just doing our job. We're just doing our job. I need to go back and screenshot what he said there, because he was really upset. He was like, "No, how could this happen?" And I usually their chatter is a little bit indistinct, but he definitely. I want to read what he said there. Leave Allie to me. Having cared for my mother for so long before being transferred away, I'd like to think I've developed suitable bedside manner. I'm sure you're doing a great job. Resistance fighter doesn't need help. Only widow. We talked to her before. Someone over here in the corner. We could look at our map, but sometimes it's fun just to explore. Oh, there he is. Yeah. No matter what happens to this town, we'll always have the view. Oh, you know what? I don't think we've been down here before. Oh. Oh, we could get there too. That'd be really sick. I bet that is an amazing place for a high dive. Unless you... Actually, maybe not. Land on that on the way down. Whee! Pong! But the view is really pretty. I bet if you came here at, like, sunset, you realize... I wish that you could have other people here, though. That it was, like, a zone in which multiple other players could be here. That'd be cool. You're the one who plighted that war machina and defeated the Sapphire Weapon, aren't you? I thought so. I've heard so much about you, but I doubt you know who I am. My name is... Avelina. I grew up here. When I saw 16, I was put to work as a Magitech engineer.
Thanks to you and yours, we're now rid of the Imperials, though I fear many of us will still struggle to put the past behind us. For decades we suffered at their hands. Generations of young people were forced into the army and sent off to die in some distant land. I suppose I could be considered one of the lucky few. My work here kept me away from the battlefield, and I hope that my contributions might help the others live long enough to make their way home. In the end, most of them never returned. Though my efforts were in vain, I can at least honor their memory. I want to leave something behind for their sake, to prove that they haven't been forgotten. A monument bearing their names. To ensure that not a single person is omitted, I need to see the official list of conscripts. If one still exists, to be inside the Imperial facility beneath the town, but the Resistance troops and the Ironworks engineers close the place off, and I can't get near it. Perhaps you might have a word with them for me. I'll leave as soon as I find the list.
Alright, we can go get you a list, sure.
Thank you. I'll follow your lead.
You don't need, well, I mean, she just walked off and she's like, okay, well, we're following you then, sure. Gaius, I know you don't know Valens, but he gonna die. Since we've already talked with him through that.
I'll let you do the talking if that's all right.
Something I can help with? Yeah, burly engineer. We need to see a list of all the conscripts. Need to go take a visit. I see. It's a bit unusual for one of the locals to show an interest in the Imperial's leavings, but it seems she has her reasons. Since we're still carrying out investigations, we close the place off to anyone to prevent interfering. Considering it's you who's asking, though, I can hardly say no. Still, I'd better go with her, in case the others kick up a fuss.
You're very kind.
Avelina, don't go planting any bombs now, you hear? Don't be some Imperial super spy. She's gonna steal the G weapon and go riding off into the sunset. Next thing you see her, she's like, all systems go!
I'm sorry for any trouble that I've caused. You have my thanks.
Think nothing of it. I was glad to help.
As I suspected, the Imperials kept detailed records on the local conscripts. One name in particular stood out to me. My friend, Melisandre. I had no idea that she'd been assigned to the 7th Legion, of all places.
What do you mean, of all places? Do you know the 7th Legion somehow?
It all began while we were serving together under the 14th Legion. We had much in common, both being drafted from the same occupied territory, and we soon became firm friends. Then one day she was sent off to fight in Eorzea, while I remained here. The day before she left, she came to say goodbye, together with her foster siblings from the orphanage. The youngest one, Recon, was particularly upset about not being allowed to speak with their adopted father, Gaius van Balser, before they departed. There was actually another one of his orphans, Livia Sans Julinus, who forbid them from seeing him. I can't say for certain, but it seemed that Livia had a strong attachment to Gaius and wouldn't let anyone else near him.
Surprise, surprise.
As far as I could tell, he tried his best to keep Livia at arm's length whenever possible, but her devotion to him was bordering on obsession, and she became extremely jealous at the slightest sign of affection between him and his other wards. The others, however, treated them far more kindly. In fact, a Praefectus Castorum of the 14th Legion came specifically to meet them. While I was surprised to see that a Rodigan had risen to such a rank, I was even more taken aback by the unguarded manner in which he spoke with his subordinates. I had hoped that with people like him serving on the Eorzean front, they would be in safe hands. Then the time came for Melisandre to leave. We shared a few final words, and then she was gone. It would be the last time that I ever saw her.
And we know how that story ends.
After that, I was assigned to the Tribunus Lataclavius of the 14th, Nerotol Scava. I was working on restoring the Ultima weapon. I was even at the Praetorium on the day that it was destroyed, but I escaped aboard an Imperial ship moments before it came crashing down. Eventually, I made my way back to Werlet, only to be drafted into the 7th Legion to continue working on the weapon project. Even now, it makes me sick to the stomach to think that I've helped bring those abominations into the world. Using a living pilot to feed the weapon's core was part of the design from the very beginning. Of course, they never dream of subjecting a true-born Garlean to such barbaric treatment. Not when the 7th Legion has a ready supply of provincial conscripts ripe for the taking. The pilots were referred to only by their code names, and we engineers were not made privy to their true identities. Even with this list of conscripts, I still don't know who was sacrificed in the name of the weapons project. We're not gonna tell her? Maybe it's better that she doesn't know. Let's bring an end to the weapon project. Yeah, linking way back to AR, I was just thinking in my head that I was like, man, if we were to do the Praetorium all over again, I don't know if it shows ships fleeing, but like you'd know that she was on a ship that escaped right before the whole thing blew up. But what can I do? For years, all I've known is how to build tools of destruction. 7th Legion is far from finished. They're biding their time, waiting until the right moment to unleash the final weapon. And when they do, it will bring naught but death and woe to all who stand in its way. Even after everything they've taken from us, they still want more. If it weren't for the Empire, Melisandre would still be here. She was the kindest person I'd ever met, but to the Empire, she was just another pawn in their games. I'll never forget her. There's a way I can make a difference. I know there is. But first, I need to speak with members of the Ironworks. I have a feeling that that war machina you used to beat the Sapphire weapon will be called into action again. Until then, there's still time to make improvements, and I can help. I'll still be going ahead with the plan to build a monument, but stopping the Empire must come first. I hope Melisandre and the others can wait just a little longer. But before I go, allow me to express my gratitude. I don't know what I'd have done if it weren't for you. Thank you. Until we meet again.
I mean, she probably could have just walked up to the Ironworks and been like, hey, yeah, I helped build these things, so I have intimate knowledge on how to destroy them. Would you like my assistance? So many wins and still no card? Bruh, I was a one-time win. One-time win.
While you've been reading this text, I've been trying to win it. I finally won it.
Congratulations. When Ultima's unleashed in Praetorium, it wiped your... it did! That's right! I think it's because I skipped that animation now? Or no, can you not skip the exploding? Oh, I guess we're just gonna have to go do Praetorium again now. Alright, everyone ready to do Praetorium? Let's run it real quick. How's your time in Turncliffe? We learned a lot, but also was sad, and I don't know that she'll find out about Melisandre. I see. Fate has dealt her a cruel hand, but now she has the chance to make a fresh start. The same can be said of the whole of Turncliffe. It seems the liberation of that one small town will become a pivotal moment in Werlet's history. Perhaps it won't be too long before the rest of the region is free from the Empire. Naturally, we'd be honored to fight alongside the people of Werlet. We won't rest until the Imperials are sent fleeing with the tail between their legs. Until that day arrives, however, we'll carry on doing our bit to support you and the others in ending the weapons project. I'll be sure to pass on any pertinent information. In the meantime, take care. Is it just terrible fate that the quest line with the most number of like lead female aura characters also is one of the saddest and most tragic of all the stories? It's like, why? There's been like four of them in this story, and it's just a horrible, tragic tale. But there's hope, okay? There's a sliver of hope. Cling to hope. Didn't we learn that in Shadowbringers? Never give up. I wasn't expecting to see you here so soon, considering all that's been happening in Eorzea. Still, if you've got time to assist us, we'd like to share the latest developments in Werlet. As luck would have it, here comes the ideal person to explain it. Thanks, I'll take it from here. Get to LB the door? What? Oh, can we take the mech to Praetorium? That would be fun. Oh, hey! I'm glad to see you looking so well, Jake. Minago! What if we say the name wrong? Have we met? Definitely Minago. However, if one of you want to screenshot these other responses, I would absolutely read them. Mazzetti? I have to know what she would say. Yes, it certainly has. I haven't seen you around Rhalgr's Reach much lately. I've been off-world. Anyone would think you're trying to avoid me. No, not you, Minago. But as much as I'd love standing around chatting, I'm afraid I've got some serious business to discuss. Following the liberation in Turncliffe, it seems the people of Werlet have had their hearts set on freeing themselves from the grip of the Empire. Like-minded citizens have rallied under the banner of the Werlet Revolutionaries, and they aim to dispose the 7th Legion that currently occupies the city. Okay, this is totally an aside, but whatever happened to the whole, like, post-Stormblood bunny civilization that we were gonna help, like, overthrow the Empire and stuff? You know, all of them, weren't we like, we were talking to Fran about how to that whole group just kind of like faded after the Alliance quest.
Or did it?
Or did it? I'm just saying, it's been a while. That's all I'm saying. It's been a while. So you did the whole custom delivery story.
Yeah, she's a custom delivery NPC, and so you have this whole storyline where you're like, you know, using crafter jobs to bring her stuff and everything.
Oh, you skip getting in the mech and taking everything on by hand. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I was not ignoring you, but I see. So you literally don't get into the mech and you just go through slashing and hacking your way to the end, and you build up an LB so you can LB the door because you don't have the mech to do it? Oh, I never even considered that. Like, I wasn't even sure if the game would let you. I assumed that it kind of forced you into taking the mech. Man, we would have to try that at some point. That does sound fun. But yeah, it's like, I have not been ignoring you, Minago. I literally did a custom delivery with you. That would be cute if you had a special cutscene or a special comment by her being like, thank you for all the help with custom deliveries.
They're good referencing those kind of things. So I was surprised when it said exactly what it had for you too.
Like, how could you let us down after all of the secret Easter eggs? The like-minded citizen, currently occupies the city. We gotta kick them out. Their ranks include many former conscripts, and between them, they possess no small amount of combat experience. The only thing they lack is someone to lead them. After much consideration, they decided to turn to none other than Gaius Belsar. Of course, many would balk at the thought of turning to a former enemy, and many did, but desperate times call for desperate measures. His reputation as a legatus speaks for itself, and as most Alamegans will attest, he was a far more reasonable and pragmatic leader than his predecessor, the Mad King Theodoric, or his successor Xenos, for that matter. But most importantly, he was the one who led the invasion of Werlet in the first place, so who better than him to take it back? After accepting their offer, he requested the delivery of an additional arms and provisions from the Alamegan resistance. We've got our hands full dealing with the Teleforia, which we just recently found out about.
Spell it out.
The telephones. But
it's Teleforia.
Teleforia. Why is it Tela when it's Telo? Teleforia.
Well, I mean, you can say it Teleforia, but if you think about like syllables, right? The emphasis on the right syllable, and plus he says it Teleforia. So.
Teleforia. We actually haven't found out much about the Telefora. We haven't found out a whole lot about them because that one dragon thing like showed up and then they left. So I'm kind of curious on their hands dealing with. Are more monsters spawning that we haven't seen yet? Are they coming from the towers or something? It'll be interesting to find out more information about that. So yeah, Lunar Bahamut, thank you. While my comrade see to the preparations, I've been assigned to meet with him in person. I was wondering, could you accompany me to Turncliffe? Yeah, I was expecting Gaius to show up here, but not Minago.
Thanks, Jake. To be perfectly honest, coming face to face with the Black Wolf is a rather daunting prospect, even if he has supposedly turned over a new leaf. But I'm sure having you there will make a world of difference. Seriously, Lalaki, it's just telephone. That makes it so much easier. I believe you're acquainted with our escort, yes? Let him know when you're ready to get going. Talaferoy. Alright.
Man, it's so weird hearing all of these like quest accepted and quest complete jingles from Shadowbringers after doing Endwalker for so long.
So long? I thought Endwalker was like the shortest expansion. Isn't it supposed to be completed in like 2 hours?
Another trip to Turncliff,
is it? Another trip to Turncliff, is it? 20 wins and still no card? Kritika! I'm so sorry. And yet also it's hilarious. I wonder if Minago is here already. It's been a long time coming, but finally Whirlit will throw off the shackles of the Imperial rule. Many of my comrades were dead against having Gaius Balsar of all people lead the charge. But as I always say, if you want a job done properly, hire a professional. After all, he's already conquered Whirlit once, so I'm certain he'll be just as successful his second time. The reverse direction. What do you think about it, Gaius? You did accept it, so...
Gaius Balsar, I presume?
I've never seen you without your armor before.
I come bearing the Alamegan Resistance's official reply to your request for aid.
No! She just slaps him in the face. Oh, you're losing your best cards? That's terrible. That's terrible. We didn't lose our aces card, so... I see. You have my thanks.
Does this mean we can finally make our move?
With the assistance of the Alamegans, we will soon have sufficient arms at our disposal to stand a chance at victory. But lest we forget, the 7th Legion has been conserving its strength thus far, and we must be prepared for severe casualties should its full might be brought to bear.
If our lives must be the price of freedom, we'll pay it willingly.
No small thing going up against the guys who make the crazy machines.
Let me be clear. We Alamegans have not forgotten that it was you who led the invasion of our homeland. The blood of our fallen loved ones is on your hands.
I think he's well aware. Oh, I missed the screenshot! No! That was a good screenshot.
Even so, the people of Whirlit chose you to lead the revolution. We will honor their decision. I only hope they will not come to regret it.
As do I. Should I be found unworthy of their trust, I shall submit to their judgment and whatever that may entail.
Forgive me, but let me return to the task at hand. First, I would like to discuss the transportation of supplies from Alamigo.
I mean, you gotta imagine, like, she lost friends and loved ones because of Gaius's invasion, and so this has to be kind of hard for her to now be working with someone who was the enemy and, like, hated enemy for a long time. That I'm sure for the longest time it was like, if only we could kill him, we could do so much, so... Robo Jake for a second. Beep, 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 beep. That was definitely Chair's fault. Not my fault.
This way, if you please.
Once again, I prepare to lead an army into Whirlit. The irony is not lost on me. 'Tis a cruel twist of fate that these people, so desperate from years of oppression, should turn to their conqueror for salvation. For most of my life, I believed that only the Empire possessed the strength and wisdom to lead mankind, that only through great sacrifice could civilization hope to thrive. And so I led the conquest of Eorzea, forcing the doctrine of Garlemald upon the ignorant and uncivilized. In every territory, I sought out those with the potential for greatness, without regard for one's birth or circumstances, that they may serve the Empire. But there are those such as the Valens, who see being born Garlean a virtue in and of itself, one above all others. To think that such a monster as him should be granted the position of legatus and everything that that entails, it makes my blood boil. Valens brings shame upon our homeland, and mocks the ideals it once stood for. By my hand he shall pay for his foul crimes. You gonna steal my opportunity to smush him? I mean, okay, at least someone does it. We're running out of time, Gaius. We have to go after her. Oh, what? Allie ran away? There is something I would show you, but not here. Come with me. Yeah, she's definitely going after her brother. Definitely going after her brother. Wrong way. We gotta go down the docks where we've been before. We can't summon a mount? Rathalos, you have failed us. You have failed this city. Hey, Sapphire's not out there anymore. You must keep this to yourself. I do not want the soldiers to think I am being distracted by personal matters. The letter was found in her room. I'm sorry, but I must go. Dear Father, I'm sorry for leaving without saying goodbye, but the thought of Alphonse suffering alone is more than I can bear. For his sake, and for the sake of Werlet, I have decided to take matters into my own hands. I know of a way to save them, a way to end it all. I have to seize this chance before it is too late. My mind is set. Please do not stop me, Father. No! Do not tell me that she's the one who jumps into the machine. The days we spent together were the happiest of my life, and no matter what happens, nothing can take that away from me. With all my love, Ali. She is heading for the 7th Legion's stronghold in Werlet. I am certain of it. I guess that's where the final machine is. Taking matters into her own hands. She must be planning to take control of one of the weapons. If so, there's no time to waste. We have to mobilize our forces and save Ali and Alphonse. I want nothing more than to save them, but I cannot ask the Werlet revolutionaries to risk their lives to rescue 2 Imperial soldiers. In any case, if we were to rush into battle without adequate preparation, the 7th Legion would tear our partisan army to shreds. As capable as a warrior as Jake is, if he were to charge headlong into the heart of the enemy, he would be overwhelmed by sheer numbers. Oh, we'll see about that! We'll see about that! I'll take them all on. That's why as a Dark Knight we have our Living Dead spell. If we don't do something, Ali and Alphonse are as good as dead. I know, Severa. And so did Ali when she wrote that letter. Returning alive was never part of her plan. We had hope! I thought we could just do something. Can you hear me? I'm in Werlet, just outside Castrum Collinum. All hells have broken loose. There was an enormous explosion, and through the smoke and flames I saw what appeared to be another weapon. At this rate, the entire... Confound it. We've lost the signal. This must be what Ali spoke of in her letter. The way to end it all. Alphonse and the others are planning this from the beginning. To bring the weapon project to completion and use it to free Werlet from the Empire, even at the cost of their own lives. If the revolutionaries were to hear that the weapon has been unleashed upon the Imperial headquarters, they would see it as a perfect opportunity to strike. If it's running amok, it may not distinguish between our allies and the Imperials. A large force would draw too much attention, but the 3 of us should be able to get close enough without it noticing us. Is this the opportunity he was looking for? Yay, Karinica, you got it! Between us, we'll find a way to save them. I have hope. I have to believe. We've lost 3. I cannot allow it. This is my burden to bear, and I shall bear it alone. Ah, you don't dare it. Rest assured, I have every intention on making it out alive. I'll have you know, my record for surviving dangerous missions is impeccable so far. Yeah, I like that. I'll have you know, my record for surviving dangerous missions is impeccable so far. We got this. We got this. Very well. For the time being, I will have the revolutionaries stand by and await my signal. An opportunity to reclaim Whirlet may yet present itself. We must first be allowed to remove the threat of the new weapon. Severa, have Sid ready the G Warrior. Understood. And it got some upgrades too. Once your preparations are complete, let us reconvene outside the hangar. Purple Egypt monkey dishwasher tree. Then if orange makes sandwiches, the steel lyrics. Then cascade straw jumbo steeple blurry. Sometime early in the 7th Legion's Whirlet headquarters. Please don't tell me the alley got in this thing. Please don't tell me. Oh, how wonderful it is to see you again, my dear. I was beginning to think that you weren't coming back. Oh! In my impatience, I may have vented my frustration on that brother of yours. I do hope you'll forgive me. She went straight back to him? I thought she would just sneak in and jump in the machine. Lord Valens, you mentioned before that the previous weapons were merely prototypes used to gather combat data within their cores. Yes, very good. I see you are paying attention after all. Ruby, sapphire, emeralds, the primals they absorbed and the data they accumulated will serve a singular purpose. The completion of my masterpiece, the diamond weapon. But while you and your siblings were able to retrieve the necessary data from the ruby weapon before Gaius and his lackeys arrived, sapphire and emerald were handed to the enemy on a silver platter. Those worthless curs failed to meet even my exceedingly low expectations. As detailed in my report, I took it upon myself to infiltrate Gaius Belser's band of rebels and reclaim the data. Yes, you have done well, my dear. My engineers have already finished feeding it into the diamond weapon. So she's the one who helped him complete it. Then all that remains is for me to assume my role as the pilot and for you to release my brother and the rest of our compatriots, as per our agreement. Of course, of course. A handful of savages is a small price to pay for your remarkable talents. But he wouldn't do. We know he's not going to do that. Even though the weapon project's revolutionary technology allows even an untrained pilot to fight with the skills of a veteran soldier, only a truly gifted can draw out the full potential of this synthetic aurosite. In addition to their physical attributes and combat prowess, I require unwavering loyalty before I can even consider entrusting a candidate with one of my creations. And you are everything I desire. I am honored that you regard me so highly, Lord Valens. However, in return for my continued cooperation, I propose an extra condition to our arrangement. I request that all the people of Whirlet be given full imperial citizenship and the right to self-govern. My, how very bold of you, and quite astute at that. Yes, I could grant the people of Whirlet citizenship if I so desired. Unfortunately, a mere legatus such as myself is in no position to simply relinquish control of imperial territory on a whim. Come now. We both know that the weapons are but a means to an end. Your true intent is to march on the capital and reclaim it for yourself, correct? Once you have taken the throne, one small territory would seem a fair reward for those who played a vital role in the ascension of Emperor Valens. Even his haircut is horrific. Say, for someone so sweet and innocent, you certainly drive a hard bargain. Very well. If it's Whirlet you want, it's yours. I'll soon have no need for this stinking backwater province anyway. He's never gonna keep his promise.
And what about my brother? Oh, yes. Elwick, or was it Alfred? Whatever his name is, you needn't worry. I've made special arrangements for him. He'll be perfectly safe, provided you uphold your side of the agreement. Excellent. Now let's get you aboard the diamond weapon, shall we? No! One step closer towards my coronation. This is the moment I've been waiting for. I know this isn't what Father would have wanted, but it's the only way. Please forgive me.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell. We had the chance. We had the chance. We should have locked her up. We should have knocked her unconscious. No. No, 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 no. Nope. 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 We're done with the stream. We're done.
I think I
we're
know
done with
what's going to happen. And it's I think it's directly tied to a key plot twist that they just revealed, right? That she was getting the data from the emerald and sapphire weapons back from Turncliffe.
That she worked with Sid to rewrite how the synthetic aurosite overrides people, and so it's going to break the override system. I don't think
she would work with Sid, because she wanted to keep this a secret from everyone, but I think she knew that he would want that data and feed it to the diamond weapon, and I think she corrupted it, with the intention of the machine going haywire.
Yeah, but as soon as you turn the machine on, it immediately is supposed to overload, and so that's why I'm just like, if we just stop right now, and we just Alt F4, we'll know that she's always safe. And
ma'am, step away from the machine.
Initiating the synthetic aurosite system. All sensors activated. So far, so good. Diamond weapon codenamed Xenos. Commencing activation sequence. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Behold, perfection itself. Melisandre, Recon, and Rex gave their lives, that others may, live without fear. The aurosite is taking hold. I'm just glad you didn't have to go through this, Alphonse. That you'll have to go on without me. You and Father still must work together to... I'm sorry I can't be there at your side. This is the only way. What's that, my dear? Is something the matter? Diamond weapon is mine. Your tyranny ends here, Valens. This is definitely the most Omega of all of the Omegas. All the weapons projects. Wait, this was combined with the Shinryu. I recognize that head. All those lasers and not one of them hit him? Lowborn Phil, if you think your little performance had me fooled, you are sorely mistaken. What are you waiting for? Shut it down! Yes, my lord. Transmitting deactivation signal.
It's not responding. The insolent whelp had me worried for a moment. Bring her to me alive, even if it means dangling or damaging the machine. When I'm through with her, she will beg for death.
You could just turn it back on, you know? You could just turn it back on. One little act of betrayal's a small thing.
No, I can't let it end like this. Melisandre, Recon, Rex, guide my hand. Alphonse, wherever you are, lend me your strength.
Combat sample ready. Initiating overmind. Subject name Gaius?
Overmind? What's that? Oh! She did get overloaded! But did Sid do it in like a safe way? It can't be. It's ignoring the shutdown signal and initiating overmind. But how?
I don't care how. Stop that thing before it brings down the whole castrum! Okay, well, if anyone got to nuke him, she's definitely one of the people, so. Oh.
Wow. It's so peaceful. Let's just take a moment and enjoy how wonderfully peaceful the atmosphere is.
I mean, she's clearly dealing with all the Garleans, so we don't have to do anything. Yeah, coming out of that, like, literally, like, I was expecting just a huge explosion and fire and death and just everything blowing up. I also didn't notice, but that's the castrum over there. So if only we could get on our stinking mount, we might be able to get a better look at this thing. Yoshi P, I want to play everywhere. Give me access. Give me access now.
I was unable to save Melisandre, Recon, and Rex, but there may yet be hope for Ali and Alphonse.
I think it's too late in a different way.
Ready to depart? I'll send for Master Garland.
The music is, where's the intensity? So it had nothing to do with the weapon.
We all expected another weapon to appear sooner or later, but not quite like this.
According to Valdion, after it is finished laying waste to the headquarters of the 7th Legion, it took to the... Oh, after it finished laying waste to the headquarters of the 7th Legion, it took to the sky. Though this has dealt a massive blow to the Imperial forces, I am certain that Ali is on board the weapon. It must be halted before she comes to harm, and for that, I need the G-Warrior and airships to transport it.
I see that one thing hasn't changed since your days as the Black Wolf. Your penchant for gigantic war machina.
I mean, the bigger the weapon, the happier Gaius normally is.
But if this means the G-Warrior has another chance to shine, I'd be happy to oblige. Only this time, rather than having it unceremoniously towed by airships, I have a more dynamic entrance in mind.
Dropping out of an airship? Like a giant airship?
It's good to see you again, Jake.
Avelina?
From what I hear, we have you to thank for Avelina volunteering to help the Ironworks. Since she joined the team, our work has come on leaps and bounds.
I wonder if she'll be like an official member moving forward.
I'm just grateful for the opportunity to finally put my knowledge and skills to good use. As far as I can tell, your target is the diamond weapon, the most powerful of them all. What's worse, its design incorporates all the combat data and abilities of the other weapons, making it a far more formidable foe than those you encountered before. Thankfully, we've had time to prepare for such an occasion.
Would you care to elaborate?
Let me put it like this. Thanks to Avelina's tireless dedication, the G-Warrior has been reborn. There'll be time to explain more on the way. Come on, the Enterprise is waiting. Is he gonna, like, call it down from the sky like Iron Man? But I mean, like, Overmind was activated, right? I don't know how we're supposed to rescue her if Overmind was activated. Whoa. Oh, what? Yeah, he did build a giant towing thing. Very impressive. But may I ask what purpose it serves? Since our objective is to rescue the pilot, we've added a means of capturing the diamond weapon. We come to save lives, not to end them. And for that reason, the G-Warrior has been reborn. I present to you the G-Savior. I wonder if that big machine... Yeah, this whole thing will capture it. Grab it and hold it like the G-Warrior's being held. Oh, over soul, over mind. Good point, Justana. Thank you. Oh, we just got dropped off. Where's the airship? Can't hop down. There it is. Hop in. It's got a drill. The drill for the universe. Believe in the me that believes in you. Airworks pilot, can we just leave? You're heading to Turncliffe, just say the word. Yep, just get out of here. Whee! This is awesome. Avelina, you helped build all of this? You're off to save Melisandre's foster siblings, Alphonse and Ali, aren't you? Please do whatever you can to bring them back safely. While you and Gaius deal with the diamond weapon, I'll be doing my best to aid Valdealin's safe return from Werlet. Hopefully he's taken advantage of the chaos to make good on his escape. I'll be monitoring the situation from the Enterprise. Should things take a turn for the worse, I'll be ready to intervene. Oh, what? Once again, Citizen and his engineers have proved precisely why we require... Once again, Sid and his engineers have provided precisely what we require before we even knew it ourselves. Due to the added complexity, we'll have Gaius pilot while Jake handles the various armaments. Oh, what? Agreed. There'll be little opportunity for us to grow accustomed to our roles, but even so, we must succeed at all costs. What? Oh, this is a solo duty. No, this is a trial. Cloud deck. I can't do it. I'm not ready. I actually do have to leave. It'll be interesting trying to get back here because I have to go get more gear. Because this is 491 and you have to be 495 to do it. So I gotta go back to Yulmore and get more gear. The shield just be tempered instead of soulless. Yeah, only tempered. No big deal. No big deal. Okay. What's our next lowest? So 80, or this is all 530, 530, 530, 530.
395. Oh, that is pretty low. So we could get a different ring offending, I guess. Probably it. Because this is 510, 510, 510, 510, 510. 430. Oh, our weapon is low too. Oh. We could just get another ring. But we could also get a different weapon. And then potentially glam the weapon. It's a kite shield. Let's get another ring. It doesn't hurt to have 2 of them. And they're somewhat cheap.
Remember, weapons are 600 tomes. So.
Yeah, I've got just enough for a weapon. But this is only showing me the shield. Weapons, shield. Show all shield. Where is the athletics other? Yeah, that's all that stuff. So this guy's just
token
armor.
exchange.
Token, okay. Crypt Lurker gear exchange. I see. Dark Knight arm 600. Okay. That's 510, but it's better than what we currently have. So yeah, that's fine. We'll get it. All right, so let's equip. Equip. Did that automatically change out? No, it didn't. So we need to go back to our rings. Put you there. That already raises it to 519, which is pretty high. But we can also go... Oh, that's plus this one here. Yeah, okay. Can we dye this? Looks like we can. Oh, that's actually pretty wild. Man, maybe we use this for Endwalker. What does black look like? Not much different. What does white look? Oh, what? Okay, that's kind of cool, actually. And then what is gunmetal? Oh, man. Gunmetal black. That's that. That's like super shiny. Man, that's really tempting for Endwalker. All right, we'll glam it for now, back to our other thing, but we may end up switching to that for... What is that? Have we had that the whole time? 430. There we go, cast. And then update gear set. And then, oh, we needed to glam this. Even though you probably can't see it under the ring or under the gloves, but that's fine. And then portraits. Gotta make sure to fix the portrait, because that's the most important thing we can never do. Okay, now we gotta figure out how to get back. Oh, I guess we could just jump in. Even though it would be fun to kind of slowly make our way back, though. We gotta talk to like 3 different people, so. You have 2 of the same ring. It didn't equip over that one. Yeah, it didn't swap the other one out, so that's fine. I want to say the menu is easier to look at the Crystarium main ether. The menu is easier to look at. Oh, through. Oh, I see. So if you went to the Crystarium, it'd be easier to scroll through all the different stuff.
Yeah, there's a NPC near the main Aetheryte who's called the Splendors Vendor. And it basically puts all of that augmented armor in like a simplified menu to look through.
Well, that's just splendid. So this time we're not in the G Savior. Question. Target in sight. Pinning it down with a salvo of missiles. Threat detected. Returning fire. Familiar male voice. Oh, because that's Xenos' voice, isn't it? Oh my gosh. What? But that's the same, definitely the same lasers of Shinryu. Is it even gonna grow the teeth? You need me? Give me just a second. Okay, so we're standing next to him. Tank cleave. I'll be right back. Okay. Back and ready to die. Am I initiating? Am I starting? Big fat tacos. I hear it now. Wait, that's not Ali. It can't be. Oh, there's a second one? What? Have her next trick, the G-Saver Mark II. Opening containment field. Use the teleporter to move between the decks. Where's the teleporter? Oh, here. Signing Ruby Weapon, deploying claws. Lysandia, grant me your strength. 2, 1. Okay, that's pretty wild. Adamantite Purge. Woo! That's insane. Oh, I'm right in line with that. Unless it's targeted at me. I don't know if I wanted to do that. Ow. Ow! I should have definitely take buster that. I'm sorry, healers. I was doing a very poor job with all of that. Sapphire weapon data. I won't let you down, Recon.
Never gonna be easy. Let's see what you make of this. Yeah, it's familiar male voice. Purging armor, diamond weapon, show me what you're rid of. I have to keep on fighting my dream. Our dream has been realized. Whoa, it's Ifrit! The true face of the diamond weapon. Oh. Well, goodbye. Bye. Yikes. Whoa, it just smashed that one. It's in need of repair. Fall back. Thank you, Karinika. I thought I was doing well. Oh my gosh, that means it's gonna take the face of every primal. Ari Arts. Okay. Oh! Alright, run away. That thing is agile, my goodness. Big fat tacos with beef. Countered it! Yamita, I countered it! Be proud of me! A little late on the reprisal, but that's okay. Oh, I didn't mean to summon Frey. Frey's not doing any damage. There we go. This raid will overheat. Restoring armor. Today we fight as one. Okay, back into damage. Don't worry, Allie. I'll keep you safe. Yeah, this sounds like it's Alphonse. But how did he get into the armor? Sorry to keep you waiting. Repairs on Mark II should keep it airborne for now. Since his endurance is agility, it can only for a short while. Best pin it while we still can. Uh-oh. Probably should not have come over here. Okay. Oh, these are the hands. That's also a little bit of a Xenos trick, I think. Or not, Xenos, Oh, I just got nuked. No! I was trying to run between the hands, and I ended up teleporting. When I teleported, it sent me. Jeez.
Diamond Rain. That doesn't sound very good. Ow. Big AoE. Deploying beam units. This is for you, Rex. Big fat tacos, big fat tacos. Don't stand behind me. So this is the laser hands. Spread. No, Karinika! Why did you come over here? No! No, I didn't want to come over. That was bad. That was not good. Okay. I don't know how we made it through that, but yay. Oh. 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 Thought that was a hand for a second, but then I saw the little laser cannon things. Get over here! Woo! Miri! Barely making it! Barely making it! Woo.
I was like, I ain't hopping over the other side. I'm gonna kill.
He did. Containment field won't hold. Okay, so who was it? Was it Alphones in it? It certainly sounded like it had to have been, because it's familiar male voice. And they're naming all of the other kids, and obviously Valens doesn't know any of the kids' names. So we don't get a picture with a cool machine? Oh, but wait. There's a second? The Mark... I didn't realize there was a second one on the front. So we get to drive 2 of these things? What? All right, well, Sid, we're just going to have to take these things into every battle from now on then, because they're way too OP. Turn around, Holo. What are you doing facing that way? And jump. Where did you go though? That's cool. We are missing somebody though. Exit group pose. There we go. A little bit closer. A little bit closer. Scoot in, everybody. And we'll get some light on us from over here. There we go. Make sure everyone's lit up really well. And then from here... That's cool. So red and blue. And then we want to turn off that. There we go. And then we're going to freeze everyone. Oh, come on now. There we go. Just a beautiful twirl. Let's freeze. And oh, we gotta catch it right in the laser. There we go. Look at all the heroes. Giant laser cannon shooting off of it. Kritika, that's all we needed. It was just your laser cannon. We could have beaten that thing so fast.
New hypothesis. I think I was wrong about... I thought she was going to, like, corrupt the data so that he couldn't take control of the weapon.
Right.
But obviously he was still able to, like, shut it down and stuff. So my new hypothesis, right, is that... Because I saw in the text... Let me scroll up here. It says... Oh, no, it doesn't show up in the chat box. Huh.
The robotic text?
But yeah, the text from the diamond weapon was saying, like, I'll keep you safe, Allie. In the familiar male voice, right?
Right.
I think that when she went to activate Oversoul, and that's why she was like, wait, what? I think she couldn't get absorbed by it.
Well, but it was said when the teardrop hit the console, it said over mind, not over soul, which was mentioned in the chat. So here's my thought process on it, right? Is that it's the data sets that are coming from each of the other ones, right? But the data sets include the souls of all of the other orphans. And so the voices that were speaking were actually the other orphans from the other data sets that basically were sharing her mind.
It's not just one familiar male voice.
And that's why it says, our dream cannot end here. And now I'm wondering if I scrolled all the way up, there's familiar male voice, but I'd be wondering if way up there would be a familiar female voice somewhere in here too. It just says male voice on all of them.
Well, right, and so that's my hypothesis, is that the overmind or oversoul or whatever couldn't absorb her because it already absorbed someone.
Oh.
And that's how that person was able to control the ship.
Interesting. So you think that Alphonse is gone anyway?
Yeah. I think he absorbed himself in the machine first.
Before she could get in it.
So it wouldn't absorb her. Yeah, which would be like a Giga Brain move to sacrifice himself for her.
Early.
All right. Shall we find
familiar
out?
male voice. I won't let you harm my sister. Today we fight as one. Don't worry, Alec. If you say, yeah, it's gotta be Alphonse. Nah. Alec can't be the only survivor. I don't want to talk to guys. This is gonna be too sad. It's gonna be too sad. We must reach the diamond weapon before the Imperials. But yeah, her mind definitely couldn't be completely taken over and absorbed if it already had a soul in it. At least we assume so, but we can't know for certain. That's definitely what it seems like it's getting to. In all the years since the invasion, this place has hardly changed. I was expecting to find some sign of this 7th Legion here, but it would appear the diamond weapon has already taken them out of the equation. I pray we are not too late. Huffing that hopium. Man, this whole storyline has gotten sadder and sadder with every arc. Knock, knock, open up. This got like 2 mouths of Shinryu on either side where all those rockets came from. Okay, she's alive. Allie. Where's Alfino to throw some healing spells on her? Please, take her back to Turncliffe. I have some unfinished business to attend to. He noticed before we did? Oh, no, he's going off. He knows he's got some prey to hunt down. Now, to learn what has become of Alphonse. If you have a score to settle, now is your chance. Show yourself. Are they white like Y'shtola's? Instead of the pink? How is he not dead? Come to gloat, have you, Gaius? It's not over yet. Take a bullet to the face, man. You certainly have an instinct for self-preservation. I would expect nothing less from the coward who sacrificed his own soldiers to further his ambitions. How dare you speak to me of ambitions? You were the one who stood in my way at every turn. If not for your meddling, the Empire would have been mine! Mine! Enough of your delusions of grandeur. Where is Alphonse? Heh. Why, he's right in front of you! I've always enjoyed a good Joker laugh. What? Once you hear the answer, you'll kick yourself for not realizing it sooner.
You see, in all the previous models, the combat data was either incomplete or unsustainable in some way, making their performance in battle wildly unpredictable. But then, an idea struck me. Rather than using data gathered in battle, I should use something a little more realistic. It turns out that beloved boy of yours was quite brilliant when he put his mind to it. By my ingenuity, he has been reborn as the core of the greatest machine ever devised. None but the great Lord Valens von Varro could conceive of such a marvel. Yeah! And to think that Allie came here to steal the diamond weapon to save her brother, only to find he'd already become a part of it. Perhaps it wasn't the reunion she'd envisioned, but I'm sure she was grateful nonetheless. Oh, that might also explain why Overmind activated all by itself. It was clearly an attempt to protect his precious sister. A fascinating anomaly, but I can't stand disobedience. That such atrocity should continue unabated is proof of the rot that has spread throughout the Empire. Oh, tell me we get to do a duty as Gaius. Your crimes are an affront not only to Garlemald, but of all mankind. And now, you will die. Okay, interesting. Have you forgotten, Gaius? I've seen your data. I know your every move. Such pitiful swordsmanship is a relic of the past, just like you. This is what he did with, with Estinian, but a little bit different. You learned something new. He's writing all the scenarios. Terminus est. Crocia Mors. You see, it's a 6-sided cut. But this wasn't in my data! My data! Oh, Heimerdinger. You have no idea. It's always wise to have a secret move. Alphonse? Reactivating synthetic aurosite system. Crush him. Crush him. I have zero pity for him. This can't be. How is it still functional? Removing memory inhibitors. Ah! What? You? Stop this at once. Please, let me go. Albert, no, affirmed. No, wait. Even the names of the sacrificed in your twisted experiments are beneath your notice. You are beyond redemption. Who are you to judge me, Gaius? Do you remember the names of the tens of thousands of men and women and children killed for the sake of your conquests?
Is he going to start naming them? I do not deny the blood spilled at my behest, nor will I run from my past. This is why I fight, to prevent the wrongs I committed from being repeated. Stop! I beg you! You can't do this to me! I'm Vans Van Varo! Better than Gaius! Better than all of you! Someone open a soda? Alphonse? Not the rain! It's a terrible day for rain. Alphonse, my son, I have failed you. But this is not the end. I will see your dreams fulfilled. This I swear. I only ask that you, Melisandre, Recon, and Rex watch over me. Father, the memories stored in the diamond weapon, give them to Ali. Watch over her, in my stead. Father, I cannot go on like this. Please. I understand. He gotta kill his own son. Thank you. I am proud to call myself your son. Sadness. I really had hoped that we would save both of them. Like, I'm glad we were able to save Allie, but... It's been some time since we last heard from Gaius. I think he needs a little bit of time. It's definitely one of the darkest storylines, that's for sure. I see. We'll remain here until further notice. That was Gaius. Valens Van Varo and the Weapon Project are no more. Seizing the opportunity, the Werlet revolutionaries have taken control of the city. Though they still suffered considerable losses, they have at last gained their freedom. And even with the Empire gone, for people like me, life under the Imperial rule is all we've ever known. We might never be able to heal the scars left by decades of oppression. While there is hope for those who have survived this ordeal, nothing can bring back the dead. The loss of my wife and daughter left a void in me that can never be filled. In the years since, I have struggled to find a purpose, a reason to keep on living. It is the same for Gaius. No matter how hard he tries to make amends, The children he lost are gone forever. For those who have gone, and those we can yet save. Well, and I think that a lot of the previous storylines where things were like really unsettling and stuff, like especially the beginning of Shadowbringers, you're just like, oh, this is terrible, this is awful, this is horrible, this is blah. But you can't. The sinless monsters are just sinless monsters. You can't reason with them. You can't even necessarily blame them for doing what it is that is in their instinct to do. It's like being mad that a wild animal does the things that wild animals do. Well, it's like, of course the crocodile is going to bite you. Of course the lion is going to fight. You know, that's just what they do. But this was specifically Valen's causing just ridiculous amounts of for better word, war crimes. And then still he saw himself as being more righteous, or at least on par with Gaius. There's some book, and I can't remember which one it is, but there's some character that, while they could not remember every single person that they killed, they definitely tried to remember the names of everyone that it was. And I can't remember exactly what it was, what story it was, but I'm just like getting pieces of it. But they had like 300 different names that they had memorized. They had a book of all the different names because they were like, if anyone should remember these people, it should be me. You know, of all the people in the world, the person who should remember them most is the person who took their life or whatever. It was really like touching, compelling too, but right, for nothing more than it wasn't for world peace. It wasn't to make the world a better place. It wasn't because he truly thought that what he was doing was, it was just that he could get more power. It was just to get more power, so. I don't think I'm quoting Gundam Wing, but maybe. It's over, and for sure, definitely can't get any worse now. Definitely can't get any worse now. This is the end walk. I said it. Endwalker is a walk to the end. It's just a simple, calm, peaceful walk. The recent events in Werlet have had a profound impact on the lives of many, many people, but none more so than Ali. She's been in a state of shock ever since she returned. We even called in Sid to see if he can ascertain what the problem might be. You see, there's a strong possibility that the diamond weapon itself is what's caused Ali to close herself off like this. But for the time being, all we can do is wait. Well, perhaps there is one other thing. Avelina came looking for you earlier, so perhaps you could go see her? I bet Avelina could probably talk with her. Is she down? Yeah, I thought she'd be down here. I think
there's something to be said for the special kind of, like the special kind of sadness or hurt when it's like, you know, when it's like it's a character who's like tender or sweet and they're upset or crying or whatever, you know, it's like you feel for them because you sympathize with them, right? Mm-hmm. But then when it's a character who's like known for their like stoic impassiveness, and then something happens that causes them to break, you know, it's when a character like, you know, like Raban cries, you know,
or like Lena.
Or Lena, yeah, exactly. You know, it's just, she always has this very, very strong, very stern, very, you know, impassible, confident personality, and then it's the moments when that like weakness breaks and shows through. It's just like, oh, right in the heart, you know.
They feel something too. Even the strong can break. I like the quote. Who's there for those who are always there for others? You know, it's like, you know, hey, everyone, even those that are there for other people, can use somebody. Kind of a rephrasing of who watches the watchers.
Thank you for coming to meet me. I'm glad to see that you're none the worse for your experiences.
You made her monument.
Actually, I've been meaning to show you this. Thanks to the Almegan resistance, the monument to the fallen is complete. Though they may no longer be with us, We'll never forget them. This way, they'll always be a part of Turncliffe, and future generations will be reminded of the sacrifices that were made. Who protects the protectors? That's good. You're always so kind to me, and now it's my turn to do the same for others. Avelina is absorbed in prayer. Now would be a good time to return to Severa. Oh, that was kind of touching. Then we kind of looked back to kind of check to see if she was okay. I don't think we did a whole lot. Should we go interrupt her? We'll talk to her in a minute. We don't want to interrupt her. Sometimes it can be the kinder thing to let people have their moment. Process. I hope all is well with Avelina. Actually, while you were speaking with her, I received word that Gaius will soon be here. Oh, I guess we can wait on Gaius. I hope she's there after we wait. But I'm glad that she got the monument put together. And it's in a really good spot, too. A really good spot. I wish to see Allie. Will you send for her? If she will talk to him. That's Sid. Oh, he's got her. She's in different clothes. Yeah, she's got the Stola white eyes. Allie. Does she even recognize me? I think she might actually legitimately be blind. Because isn't Y'shtola basically blind, but she can see with the ether stuff? At first, we thought the weapon's influence had caused this, but it seems there is more to it than that. The Kyurgens say that this is most likely the result of intense trauma. Her mind has been scarred, perhaps irrevocably. She boarded the diamond weapon with the intention of saving her brother. Little did she know that Valens had used the synthetic Arcite system to transform Alphonse into a living component of the machine. Then, when she boarded the diamond weapon, she finally learned the horrible truth. I've never heard of anything so cruel. Just a moment. In each of the previous cases, the pilots became fused with the weapon's core. So how was Allie able to escape a similar fate? That's one of the many things we're still looking into. There is no need. I already know the answer. It was Alphonse who kept her safe. In the end, I was unable to save your brother, my son. All they wanted was a place to call home, where they could live in peace. But after all the pain and hardship they endured, this is their reward? No, this is not the end of their story. I taught them the strong must lead the weak, but absolute power corrupts absolutely, and those who have suffered at the hands of the corrupt are beyond counting.
Alphonse dreamed of a land without oppressors and the oppressed, where all may live as equals. Thanks to his sacrifice and that of his siblings, the cornerstone of such a nation has been laid. Melisandre, Recon, Rex, Alphonse, and Ali. They risked everything to win the freedom of Werlet. And now, it has come to pass. I will see that their ideals are upheld. This, I swear, as their father. The long and arduous process of rebuilding Werlet has begun. In the days to follow, I shall be working alongside the new government to create a place that people like Ali and Severa would be proud to call home. For so long, all that kept me alive was hate. But the time has come to cast it aside. I'm going with you. I'll only regret it if I don't. And while nothing I do can bring back the ones I lost, I owe it to them to make the most of the life I've been given. I'll still kill you guys if you rejoin the Garlands. Times change. People change. And it's just as well. We inventors would soon find ourselves out of work if everything stayed the same. If you've a need for my creations, just say the word. So not even Ali is back? You know, guys, I could fill a book with all the things I've been meaning to say to you over the years. But what would be the point? What's done is done. There is one thing, though. If anyone can get through to Ali, it's you. She looked up to you the same way I did as a boy. Don't give up on her. Even Ali is gone too? Yo, she really trying to do all the... I don't even know. Man, I thought that at least... Karinika, stop it! You said it couldn't get worse! You said it couldn't get worse! How? Suck it up. I would not have made it this far without my constant companions, Valdeolin and Severa. In fact, I believe she has a few words to share with you. Yeah, well, I don't want to talk to Severa right now, alright? I want to talk to Ali. Ali, speak to me. We did everything. We tried so hard. I'm so sorry. I don't want to cry in front of you. I'll go cry in my chambers. It's taken me a long time. Too long. But I finally found a reason to live for the present. Even for the future. Alright, Severa. He's like hiding behind Gaius. Don't tell me this is the end of Ali's story. We don't even get to know if she ever gets her mind back. This is horrible. For all my life, I've been searching for my place in the world. Everywhere I went, I was always on the outside, looking in. But I've realized, if we can't find one, we just have to make it ourselves. That's what I learned from Gaius' children. Despite everything, they never gave up, and neither will I. For now, at least, my place is at Gaius' side. I'll follow him and see where this journey leads. And before I leave, I want to tell you how grateful I am that you chose to stand by us until the end. I hope we'll meet again one day. I hope this isn't the end of Gaius's story either. All this time, I've been trying to convince myself that Gaius was every bit the villain I imagined him to be. The ruthless subjugator of nations. Evil made flesh. That was Valen's. And while many who fight under the banner of Garlemald are all that and worse, I realize now that Gaius was driven by his own notions of right and wrong, misguided as they were. Since then, he has turned his back on the Empire and its hateful doctrine. His guilt and anguish only strengthen his resolve. The day I spared his life, he was given a second chance, to set right the wrongs he had committed, to become the man his children believed him to be. I was a father once, a husband. In many ways, I still am. And even though they're no longer with me, I want to be someone they would be proud of. Now, I too have been given a chance to make a difference, in a land far from home. I'll never forget my past, but neither will I be beholden to it. When I meet the people of Werlet, I'll be sure to tell the tale of your bravery and compassion. May I grant them the strength to face the struggles ahead. Pray, go in peace, my friend. Allie? Though we were brought together under strange circumstances, Valdiolin and Severa and I will continue to work together, at least for the foreseeable future. Not the sad music! Well, here they are. I'm renaming this music to Depression.
And who might these charming young men be?
They were found in the 7th Legion's headquarters by one of the few areas that escaped unscathed following the Diamond Weapons rampage. Perhaps that was Alphonse's intention. Do not be afraid. We mean you no harm.
That thing on your forehead.
My name is Gaius Belsar, and like Valens von Varro, I was once a legatus of the Garlean Empire. Though I believed I was fighting for a just cause, my conquests came at a terrible cost. Pray forgive me. I do not mean to scare you. If you would lend me your ears, I have a story to tell.
It's not like we have much choice. Oh yeah, they're the kids that Valens had under his control, I guess, which is horrible. A group of courageous young men and women, not so different from yourselves, stood up to protect the people from the tyranny of the Empire. They fought with everything they had, and finally, victory was theirs, but it came at a terrible price. As their father, I still struggled to come to terms with their sacrifice, and yet they have entrusted the future to me, and I will stop at nothing to see their dream fulfilled. Even so, there is only so much one old soldier can achieve by himself. I would be honored to have your support in the days to come. At ease, lads. He's not as scary as he looks, and if he steps out of line, he'll have me to answer to. They're just a little overwhelmed with everything. Like, what is even happening right now? Though they may be fortunate enough to escape the destruction of the castrum, they may have been injured while fleeing. Have the Kyurgens look them over and find a place for them to stay. Well, if one can be rehabilitated, maybe more can? We got a whole slew of more kids. It seems the time has come for us to go our separate ways once more. I myself can scarcely believe that we were once bitter adversaries, but my encounters with you have led me to question the very ideals I swore to uphold. What is strength? What is weakness?
If those who grasp the reins of power are said to be strong, then those who lack such power must therefore be the weak. For better or worse, however, we are far more complex creatures than that. I mean, for those who have the power, you could say they're strong, but what about those that fight back against the power regardless of being not in the power? I see now that true strength is not granted by others, but resides within us. Strength of character, of spirit, of resolve. Therein lies the power to cast off the shackles of oppression, to overcome any adversary, to stand firm in the face of impossible odds. That is the strength you possess. May it never leave you. We have the power of the main character. No, yeah, Gaius is rehabilitated. That's I agree. What I was saying is, if he could be rehabilitated, there's hope for others. So, is anyone on board with rehabilitating Xenos? I think Xenos could be a scion. It's a possibility. I could see it happening.
I can fix him.
It seems I will have to summon all the resolve I can muster if I am to keep my promise to Alphonse. The process of establishing the independent governance of Werlet is underway, and I will do all in my power to see it become everything my children dreamed of and more. For the immediate future, we shall continue to work closely with the Alamegan Resistance, whose role in the revolution cannot be understated. That reminds me, if you're passing by Porta Praetoria, the soldiers stationed there wish to hear your version of events. Please give them my regards. I hope that when our paths cross again, I will have glad tidings to share with you. Until next we meet. Make Xenos into a guard dog. I mean, look, compared to Fandaniel, Xenos seems pretty chill. All right. It's like crazy is all in your comparison. All right. It's like normal to Xenos. Xenos is pretty up there. But then Xenos to Fandaniel, it's like, oh, Xenos ain't that bad. Yeah, at least Xenos has his head on straight. Kurinika.
She means fighting over the covers, of course.
I mean, with a badunkadunk that large, I think he'd win the covers every single time. Let's just say it.
Oh, that's true. Xenos did. He killed the numero uno of the Garlean Empire. So I would say that makes him an honorary resistance member.
Oh, I mean, is Xenos the real hero of Stormblood because he killed the Emperor, right? Which, by the way, that still probably is one of the most shocking cutscenes of like, is it pre-Stormblood? Maybe in the middle of Stormblood, was when like the Emperor shows up and like sits down and has a conversation with all the leaders of Eorzea and is like, all right, let me hear your side of things. Oh, come on, give it to me. And then everyone like gives him all the reasons why he shouldn't just take them over. And he's just like, y'all, this is the best you could do. This is the best you could do. I don't even know why I tried. I don't even know why I showed up. I was like, that's literally that's the Emperor. He's here. That was crazy. Crazy. Welcome back, Jake. Congratulations on another hard-earned victory. Ever since we first heard the news, I've been dying to hear exactly how it all unfolded. So what can you tell me about this diamond weapon? It's the saddest story you've ever heard. If we ain't shedding tears during the retelling of this story, we ain't telling it right. To be fair, though, even though he killed the Emperor, he did give Fandaniel right and reason to just lay waste to everything. So one could argue that he's doing even worse than the Emperor, because the Emperor was just like spreading the Empire out. And instead, Xenos is like, just set the world on fire. Blow it up. Whatever, I don't care. By Relgar's beard. Even for the Empire, that must be a new low. Those poor orphans. I can only pray that the citizens of Werlet are able to enjoy the freedom that Gaius' wards gave their lives for.
At the very least, we no longer live in fear of the monstrous creations birthed by the weapon project. I shall add your account to our official report, and then burn it, because no one ever needs to read of this, because it's horrible. Horrible. Finally, on behalf of the Almegan Resistance, and for the whole of Eorzea, for that matter, allow me to express my heartfelt gratitude. Thank you. What's this? G-Warrior Tabletop. Lalaki! Every time I walk into a furniture store, forever, all I'm gonna immediately do when I see, like, you know, tables and chairs for sale is, Lalaki! Lalaki, I got something for you! Please tell me that Allie is okay. Come on, this is like the last cutscene. There's gotta be hope. I have to not notice spoilery things, Karinika. Father, the memories stored in the diamond weapon, give them to Allie. Can you just put them in her hand? Yeah, it's definitely a shell-shocked. But it seems like she can still see, though, if she's looking at the monument. Is it them growing up? Oh, it's him. What? Aww. Or when she was younger. Melisandria. Oh, it's the kids just playing around the, around the plaza. Livia. Problematic Livia. Livia, you gotta chill, girl. Aww. You take this way too seriously. Don't talk back to me. Go to your corner in the room. You're in timeout. 10 minutes of timeout. Her amethyst eyes. I have a character in my book with amethyst eyes. She's pouting in the corner. She literally is in timeout. You still had a heart somewhere in there. Projections from within the synthetic aura site. These are his memories.
their memories. They're my memories now. I don't want to live in a world without you. That's why going with you. Not yet, Allie. Now is not your time. Father still needs you. Please take care of him in our place. And if you're worried about Alphonse, don't be. He's got us for company. We want you to see this new world for yourself. We will forever be at your side, Al. I'm the only one left. But I'll never be alone. Father. Meanwhile, in the Empire, man, that yeah, I'm sure most of you have probably had some hard stuff happen in your lives, but that line of "I don't want to live in a world without you," that hits hard, because that actually there's been a lot of times in my life that I felt like that. And it's not a fun thing to feel. It's not a fun thing to feel, but I think it's in spite of the feeling that you kind of carry forward anyway. And it's not in a rejection. It's kind of in an embracing and accepting the feeling. And you just say, even despite this, even with this, I'm going to choose to get up and work through the next day. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. I don't know if you all are people of any faith or not, but I know that definitely has helped me through some of the hardest times in my life. But anyway, just know that I appreciate you all. I really appreciate y'all. And it's definitely one of the rougher stories. But as Holo kind of alleged to earlier, just because it's hard doesn't mean that it's bad. Lena, you were you were hiding there too. Come back here, you get a hug. And thank you, Holo, for making an appearance and being here in the flesh. Well, except for all the skin organs and everything else that resembles flesh, but sorry, I had to.
It was my pleasure.
It's so good. Miri, you've been here for a while. You've been here since Stormblood, I think. There is a chance to trigger a secret epilogue if you re-enter Wyrlet and you see a kid running around and follow him. To trigger a secret epilogue? What? And we could go look right now. Right, you talk to, I think if you talk to this guy over here, let it be streamer luck that we happen to trigger this secret epilogue, whatever it is. But I am glad that Allie's back. Man, I was pretty broken if it ended with her in that, which I wouldn't have been surprised, because not every story ends with a happy note. But, and it's kind of a bittersweet ending for sure. It certainly isn't a happy ending. It's a bittersweet ending, but. Severa, how you doing? Citizens of Wyrlet and Alamigan Resistance are still attending to those injured in the fall of the castrum. I'm sure you're doing a good job. Oh, hey! Valdealum is here. I like to think that my wife and daughter would approve of my decision. When I think back on our time together, I remember the person I used to be. The person I still can be. I thought we'd never see the ocean again. He can be a dad to all these kids. I suppose not all grown-ups are scary. Yeah, but most are. Being a grown-up, I can admit most are. These children are currently in the care of the revolutionaries, but we hope to eventually find proper homes for them all. Careful.
It's nice to see everyone happy and playing again.
I had to look up something during this moment from what you mentioned earlier. Found a little kid playing hide and seek, and that's it. Oh, hey!
Evelina. I know it was only an image projected by a synthetic aurosite, but it meant the world for me to see her face one last time. I'll never forget you, Melisandria.
When the music hits. This is actually really pretty music, just with the humming. Oh, just the little kid playing hide and seek. I think we saw a little bit of that earlier, but...
Allie's here! Allie! Melisandria, Recon, Rex, Alphonse. I won't give up on our dream.
I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're okay. We can come back and visit her anytime. My children gave everything so that others might be free. I will not rest until the world they dreamed of becomes a reality.
Oh, the kids playing hide and seek are waiting for her to be ready to come and play. Oh, is that the Easter egg? We actually saw that the very first time that we showed up here. Is this Melisandria with the pink hair? Yeah, I was so sure this was the best hiding place. We knew we'd find you in the end. Where would we be without our big brother? Yeah, with the blue hair. She's the youngest, she's the cleverest. She's with father. Then we'll just carry on playing with the four of us. Aww. I told her to stay with him. She can come play with us later. Much later. Even when we're apart, we'll always be together. Man, now I gotta go back and watch the first stream where we found the kids that were playing, and they kind of ran off in that direction. But we only saw, I think, 2, maybe 3 of them. But I wonder if those are the same kids. Wow. Can't remember the last time the sea was this calm. I think we got a G pose to get the right angle. Oh, but of course, if we do, we end up facing the wrong direction like a goofball. Oh, and now we're doing the silly hug emote. Oh, and now we're glowing. Well, yeah, it's them as kids, but... Well, Alphonse ran off. I just wanted a picture, alright? Why is this so hard to get? Let's try this.
I'm no stranger to this game making me cry, of course. But that right there, like at the very, very end, where she's kind of in that sort of like dream staking to talk with the memories of them.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably like the scene that got me the most, you know, out of the whole storyline. And I think it's because I am like, you know, everybody has like that thing that like speaks to them the most, or that they're like a sucker for the most. And I am the sucker for like the concept of like the things that you would say after the fact, you know, like when somebody's gone already, you know. So the idea of characters getting to reconnect with somebody who's gone and have a chance to say something with them when it's like, you know, after it's fact, like what, you know, what you would have said in the end, or what, you know, parting words you would have given them and stuff.
Right.
And so I think that one of the, you know, there's a lot of times in the story in MSQ that kind of spoke to me a lot emotionally, or, you know, made me cry or whatever. But I think the first time that it was just full on like bawling, you know, was was actually at the end of Shadowbringers. And, you know, I was already like emotional, you know, because it's just a very dramatic ending of 5.0. But it was specifically the scene where it pans around and it shows Ardbert returning to his friends. You know, those are the kinds of scenes that like just sabotage me the most. So.
They get you right in the feels. Yeah, definitely. You can't be a stranger to crying when you play through this game. That is for sure. That is for sure. But I think that's a good place to end it for tonight. And as has been said many times, Krinika has mentioned it several times. Now we've gotten through the most emotional part of Final Fantasy XIV, and so moving forward, it'll be sunshine and rainbows, and we can look forward to that. Yeah, I think it was Krinika that mentioned it earlier. The dynamic tabletop statue based on the Garland Ironworks G Warrior. I think I remember seeing some robots, but as Holo's kind of said before, there's a lot of stuff like this that you don't know what you don't know what you don't even know. And so I just look at it and I'm like, that's a cool statue, and I move on. But would not have guessed that it's actually something that you get to fly around. And with these, I can see you setting up kind of a Sapphire versus G Warrior little diorama on a table or desk or shelf or something in the house. That'd be really cool. So next week, I guess we finish the final Shadowbringers 5.5. I don't think anyone's excited for it. I certainly am not. I think it'll just be, you know, just relaxing, chill to go through that. But I will say that I do think probably Monday I'm going to be on trying to get some of the rest of this gear, especially the high level gear. I can't remember which one is the highest level, whatever. Because some of the, I think probably for Endwalker, that's some of the gear that I'm going to be looking for. I still have not made a final decision as to which job I'm going to take in. I'm going to not make that decision until the end of 5.5.
You gonna gunbreaker it down?
I am so tempted to. You have no idea. Mostly because I've done every other tank, and I know that Thancred's a gunbreaker. I don't want to steal his hype. We'll make our own look, but it would be kind of fun to kind of wrap up the ARR to all the way through to the end of Endwalker, having done all of the different tank roles. That could be pretty cool. Could be pretty cool. But I'm not gonna hold myself to any promises yet. So, but augmented Crypt Lurker, the Highlander rule. I don't know what the Highlander rule is. Is it the Armor of Antiquity or Lost Antiquity? One of these is the highest level, and is that one the Crypt Lurker gear? So. Oh, there can only be one. Yeah, that's why I was almost like, Thancred, I need you to not have this job so that I can take over it, just because I don't want to show him up. But in fairness, we didn't actually follow suit on that in Heavensward. We were a Dragoon for much of Heavensward. Not the whole story, but for most of it. And Asinian was obviously a Dragoon. So we kind of shared that. We were kind of like brothers in that. So maybe it'll be a dad moment through Endwalker. We'll be Gunbreaker dads together or something. We'll figure it out. But possible contender. The poster job was Paladin. Well, that's it. We're paladining it the whole way. Sold. But again, I think I have all the ideas, and I'm not strong forcing anything because it wasn't. I knew that I was leaning towards Dark Knight until I saw the trailer for Shadowbringers, and that sealed the deal. So same kind of thing with Heaven's War, was I was leaning towards Dragoon until we saw the trailer, and I was like, yep, sold on that. And even with Stormblood, I was like, I think this, I think that, I'm not really sure. Watch the trailer, and it was like, Samurai, done, it's done deal. So I know that the trailer is going to have a bit of effect on me. And so if we get to the end of the trailer and it's like, we got to go Paladin, we'll go Paladin. I have no problem with that. But that doesn't mean I can't level Gunbreaker in the meantime. So, but I'll let you know on the Discord when it is that I'll be on doing some leveling and trying to get some cool gear for stuff. So that's some sick gear, Holo. The little wings. I like the little almost like rings or half rings going down the blade. That's nice. That's very nice.
And I have a tail.
Very nice.
This set of armor gives me a tail.
Oh, because it's like draconic armor.
Yep. And if an aura wears this, then the armor actually is like armor plating for the top of the tail.
I've seen that down like female auras, yeah, which is really sick, because otherwise our tails are just, they're out there to be chopped off, they're out there. They're just hanging around. But all right, I'm gonna call it night here. Thank you all for coming up to the stream. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be one of those streamers who's just always being emotional on stream and causing a whole bunch of tears and just crying the whole way through. It's just one of those drama queens, I guess. I don't. I think any tears tonight were very well deserved. So I appreciate you all, and we will see you next Thursday if you're not on to do some ridiculous running of stuff and get some extra gear and whatnot. So let's cause more chaos later. Have a good one, everyone.